And good evening and welcome. Live, we are in Edinburgh, Texas. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. It's playoff time, and the road team tonight is the Weslaco Panthers. They are 3-1 this season, all district games, and they are taking on the host team, the Edinburgh Vela Sabercats. They are 5-0. Their coach is John Campbell. It's his fourth year. Of course, Roy Stroman, he is the coach of Weslaco, and it's a bi-district Class 6A Division II matchup at Richard R. Flores Stadium. The only game between two Hidalgo County teams during the bi-district round. Now the winner of this game will play the winner of the San Antonio Brennan. They're 8-1, and Del Rio, their 4-4 game, taking place right now in San Antonio at Ferris Stadium. Vela is in District 31-6A, and of course the Panthers, they're in 32-6A, 31-6A against 32-6A. Football, Fred, an exciting night.
You know, this is the most exciting time of the year. You know, it's around this time, everybody says that. For us here in the Valley, we would talk about Valley High School football, and nothing better than Panther football. It is here. We started not too long ago and thinking if this was even going to happen. We're happy to bring you a game. All those friends that are joining us tonight, we're happy you're with us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what's promising to be one heck of a ball game. It really will be.
And, of course, the players going back to get the ball include Mel Rodriguez. He is back there. Also, Izzy De Leon, number 18. And we also see Ilian Rodriguez. And the kickoff just moments away from Vela. They won the toss, and they deferred until the second half. So the ball will go back, and it is going to be Weslaco with the ball, and they are going to return it to about the 25-yard line, maybe over that position. And with the ball was Ilian Rodriguez.
Yeah, nice run there by Rodriguez. Now, let's see what the Panthers do. Offensively, you know, we know what they can bring. We know about Jesse Hernandez. You know about Rodney Garza. That offensive line, they've got to dominate tonight. I really think they have an opportunity to do against this quick defense that the Sabercats bring.
Of course, a spread offense. Rodney Garza, the quarterback. We have a slot on the right side, and it is going to be Jesse Hernandez with the ball. And very quickly, he is going to get to the 50. He's at the 45, 40. I don't think anybody's going to catch him, and he is going to go all the way for a touchdown. And that is just a fantastic way to start the game. Football, Fred, how long was that?
My goodness, they were at the 24-yard line. Count if you would. You know, we talked about the offensive line. Wow, that was great. That offensive line did awesome.
76-yard touchdown run down the near sideline on the left side. We are waiting for the extra point attempt to come, and I'll tell you what, we are only 19 seconds into the game. Extra point attempt is up, and it is going to be good by Maynor.
It looks like it went right.
Did it go right?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, well, look from here, it was good, but again, wide right, so I was wrong. But still, we got the touchdown, and the Panthers lead 6-0. This is a K-West production. Football, Fred, what a start to the game. Jesse Hernandez, of course, on the season came in with about 523 yards rushing. That was number one in the district, and we've seen him do runs, I know, of over 80 yards this year. I remember a 71-yard run. That young man, every game this year has had a long touchdown run.
Yeah.
This game, he just did it real early.
Yeah, again, we were saying, this offensive line, I told you in the beginning of the game, I have this feeling they're a very quick defensive line, but they are not as big or as experienced as the offensive line for the Panthers.
And remember, last year it was a 33-game winning streak, a 33-game district winning streak that was snapped by, Weslaco against Vela right here.
Well, that was entertaining.
Yeah, that was entertaining. Now getting ready for the kickoff, and we are going to see Weslaco kicking it off. So maybe Vela will regret having deferred to the second half. Only time will tell.
Point, right.
That's right. And so we'll see Menor kicking it off, and it is going to go back to about the 13-yard line. And in their black uniforms, here comes Vela. They're going to get a nice return, and that is the young man that was out last week, P.J. Rivera, and he's going to get down to near the 30-yard line. So automatically, you know he's going to be a good runner, and he gets about 60 yards on the return. Is there a flag?
Yes, there is. P.J. Rivera, let's go back for a second. Jesse Hernandez is electric. Mm-hmm. But on the other side, the Sabercats counter with their own electricity, if you would, P.J. Rivera.
Well, he's kind of one of those backs that likes to scamper around, right?
Right.
And, again, he does a good job at that. We were talking to the coaches beforehand. He's more of a guy that'll scamper around, where Hernandez, he's like Emmitt Smith.
Right,
You know, he'll just find his way and go through the line, find an opening and go.
Yeah, that was a nice description by Coach Venta to tell us the differences between these two outstanding running backs for both the Weslaco Panthers and the Vela Sabercats.
All right, A.J. Sotelo, he's passed for 980 yards this season, 9 touchdowns and 1 interception. Of course, Rivera sat out last week's victory against Mission, precautionary, had some shoulder problems, but he's going to be in there tonight. And again, they are going to be set up in the pistol, and they are going to have a wide out on each side. And very quickly, Rivera is going to get the ball. And again, that long run, of course, by a penalty was negated, but he still gets a couple yards to start the game for the home team.
Right, and I don't know if I know you're a paper reader in the newspaper, and one of the things that was all over, really the media, all over the Valley, was the size and the experience that this offensive line brings.
Yeah, every player's 6'2 to 6'6". They had a big article in the Monitor earlier this week led by Ronnie Garza, and we'll talk about him in just a moment. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6 at the 23-yard line. And we see here in the opening drive, it's going to be moving toward the north is Vela, and the Sabercats will get a nice gain that time near the 30-yard line, close to a first down by Rivera.
On the defense, I really like the fact that Alexis Munoz is being active early. You know, he usually starts to take over when the teams, start to pass the ball. But now that they're starting to establish the run here, early on anyway, Villa, Alexis Munoz is involved, and it's always a good sign when you see that young man involved in the run game.
So it's at the 30-yard line, going to be 1st and 10. And again, we'll talk about Garza, their big left tackle. Right tackle last year, moved over to left tackle, and he leads that big line very quickly. Where's he committed to go to college?
He's going to UTSA, right where his coach Inskip, his offensive line coach, went.
Marcus Davenport of the Saints went there. Of course, he was a former #1 pick. And again, Rivera with the ball once again, and he is going to be knocked down. Good open field tackle at about the 38-yard line, prevents him from getting a first down. So nice play by Weslaco.
Yeah, when I see Elian Rodriguez now, it's interesting because Elian usually plays safety. What they have now, what they've done with him, at least on this to start the game, he's playing the left corner. So it's interesting that they've moved him from safety up now. So let's see if how that goes.
Gain of 2 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 at the 38-yard line. Vela in their own territory. Again, working out of the pistol. And right now getting some comments from Jerry Campbell, only the second coach they've ever had. Their first coach, Michael Salinas, who for a couple years was the head coach at Weslaco. And Rivera so far going all the way, and he gets it to the 45-yard line. So he's going to get the first down as he picks up 7 and gets knocked out of bounds near the Weslaco bench.
Right, so Coach Campbell, to start the game, they got to get everybody going here. He said, look, our offense is going to be dictated by the defense they give us. So if we start seeing everybody backing off, playing some pass, hey, we're going to run the ball. So it looks like that's what they're seeing now. It looks like Weslaco's got at least 5 guys in the box. So they're trying to see if they can get some pressure on the quarterback.
1st and 10. Vela has the ball, opening possession, and this is about the 4th straight run, this time for Rivera, but only 1 yard that time going to the left side.
Somebody tell Josh Burkett to slow down. He may get a speeding ticket. My goodness, that kick came from one side of the field to the other.
Josh Burkett featured in the Monitor today. As a matter of fact, his picture, if you know anything about newspapers, was on the front page. They call above the fold in the upper left-hand corner. There was a little picture, and then a big picture of him on the front of the sports page as they were talking about him and Jesse Perez and the defense of Weslaco. So if you want to see a nice article on Josh Burkett, pick up the Monitor today. I'm not trying to give them a plug. Well, actually, I am. I do some work for them. Why not? They're good people. We like them. And again, Rivera with the ball. He gets knocked down in Weslaco territory at the 49-yard line. So he is going to pick up about 5 on that rush, still about 3 or 4 yards short.
They're being very physical. The Panthers are nice tackle there by Jacob Dena. They're going low. They don't believe, the Panthers don't 100% believe that he's okay. He was held out for preventive reasons last week, but he has been hit the last 2 plays. Burkett and Dena have really punished him. Now, not a big guy, PJ is. He's fast and strong, but he's out of the ball game now. You have a new running back there now for the Sabercats.
All right, we'll talk about that in just a moment. It's going to be 3rd and 4, and the back has it, and he is going to get near the first down, a little bit short. Is that Galvan in there?
Yeah, it's Galvan.
Ted Galvan.
Galvan played a lot last week against Mission because of the fact they held PJ out, and look at the Panther defense held. That's a 4th down.
And Galvan last week, 17 carries for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season, 49 carries for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns. Last week they beat Mission 24-7, but again, they were held. It's going to be 4th and 2 in Weslaco territory at the 47, and a punt is coming up right now. And I believe the punter is their very talented wide receiver, Justin Vega.
Yeah, he does double duty here. So you got to watch him because you never know what he might try to do.
And he is going to get the punt off, and it is going to go back to the 10-yard line, and I believe it will go to about the 15. Is that Rodriguez with it?
Yeah, that's Mel.
Okay, Mel has it, so it will now be the ball for Weslaco. They begin their second possession of the ball game. Remember, the first one, only a 19-second possession when Jesse Hernandez went 76 yards for the touchdown.
Well, another one would be nice.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, this Sabercat defense held a very good offensive mission team to a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it was.
And remember, Vela, according to the monitor, #1 in the Valley. And, of course, Harlingen, they were a top team in the Valley. And remember that game at Weslaco.
Yeah.
Panthers only lost 13-10 and held the lead most of the way. So I'll tell you what, Panthers can play with anybody in the Valley. Rodney Garza with the pass very quickly out to Mel Rodriguez, and he is going to go down to about the 20-yard line, picks up about 5 on that reception.
And they're going to have to keep doing that. They're going to have to protect Jesse. By that I mean they're going to have to throw the ball quickly out to Mel. They're going to have to get Izzy involved. You know, they've got to keep him honest so they don't bring the whole box, you know, all 8, 9 guys in to try to stop the run. Nice play there.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 5, ball at the 20. Moving toward the south end zone away from the scoreboard. And here is a running play this time. And this time Jesse Hernandez is only going to get a couple, so he'll be about 3 yards short of the first down as it brings up 3rd down.
And you really saw what Coach Bento told us earlier. You know, he's been that type of runner all season long. Waits for his blocker to come up, make the block, and then he's patient enough for a second to look for that hole. So that's what we said in the beginning. This offensive line must create a little bit of a gap there for him to go through.
Rodney Garza, senior quarterback. This is his year. He's played many positions over his career, and there is going to be a whistle and a timeout right now. It looks like by Vela. We have 5:58 remaining here in the opening quarter. It is the Panthers over the Sabercats in playoff action, 6-0 in Edinburgh. This is a K-West production.
Before Dania Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Dania Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dania Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
All right, it's going to be 3rd down and 4 following the timeout. Ball is at the 21-yard line of Weslaco. They have it, and they are going to give the ball to Hernandez once again, and he is going to be very close to the first down. I think he has it.
Yeah, just going down the middle.
We'll see now.
We'll see.
Well, maybe
no.
no.
Maybe not.
Didn't get a good spot on that. He's going to be a little short. So we'll say he got 2, still has maybe 3.
Yeah.
Still got a yard to go. So it is going to be 4th and 1, have to get to the 25. I would assume this early in the game, probably we'll see a punt, maybe no trickery.
Definitely, yeah. And you're starting to see, again, how this defense will adjust. Remember, this is a defense, again, that has really given up very little to no points against anybody. So they're a good defense and good stop by the Sabercats.
And, again, the punt will be coming up. Is it Garza out there doing it, I believe?
It looks like it's Rodney, yeah.
Yeah, Rodney is doing it. So Rodney puts it up. Punting and quarterback duties, and it looks like it will go out of bounds. It will be Vela's ball. Of course, both the Sabercats and Weslaco are coming off back-to-back trips to the 3rd round of the 6A playoffs.
Yeah, they've made a living in both Weslaco and Vela of traveling outside the valley and going into San Antonio, and they just happen to run into really tough teams up there.
Yeah, last year for the Sabercats, they defeated Harlingen and Eagle Pass in the bi-district and area round of the 6A Division II playoffs before losing to San Antonio Brandells in the regional semifinals.
Right.
Of course, Weslaco, they beat Los Fresnos and McAllen last year, and on a very cold day, they lost to, I believe it was, Lake Travis?
Lake Travis.
Yeah, up there in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So it is going to be Vela 1st and 10, and there is AJ, and Sotelo keeps the ball. He is going to go out at the 50, and a hit over there. We'll have to see if there's a flag. Again, got about 5 yards.
He got laid out.
Yeah, he
I
got
mean, let's
laid
be
out.
honest. I mean,
Yeah.
Ethan Samora has been trying to hit somebody all night, at least to start. And keep that up. Trust me, you want to keep that up, but just try to make it in the field of play.
And by the way, Sotelo, he has rushed 16 times for 52 yards and 3 touchdowns. Last week, 6 carries for 3 yards, but a touchdown.
Yeah, that extracurricular activities happen outside there. The coaches are kind of getting into.
And this will be only the second penalty of the night. First one against Weslaco.
Right.
Late hit, right?
Yeah,
Personal
it was a late
foul.
hit, and it was very clear. And so the penalty is 15 yards. The coaches now are in the middle of about the 40. Coach Stroman is out there, and he's saying, look, our kid, our player, made a mistake, but there's no need to, it wasn't on purpose. It was just trying to hit him, and, he did. So this just took a notch up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This game.
Well,
now we're playing football.
Well, we knew that this is a heated rivalry, though both coaches respect each other very much.
Sure.
Coach Campbell and Coach Stroman. But the ball is at the 35-yard line in Weslaco territory. 1st and 10, 4:59 remaining in the opening quarter of this playoff game, first round. And it is a 6-0 lead for Weslaco. And once again, I believe it's Rivera, and he is brought down very quickly and very hard after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, they're not giving PJ any opportunity to get going. Burkett is alive in there. I mean, man, he's coming on, and he is delivering everything. Remember, the Panthers have been not sitting, but they've been prepping here for 2 weeks now.
Well, Josh Burkett and Jesse Perez, the linebackers, have combined for 44 tackles, 4 hurries, and 3 of the 7 combined fumble recoveries and interceptions so far this year for Weslaco.
The adjustments continue with the Sabercats. Now we'll see. This looks to be like a passing down. At least
second down and 8.
The Sabercats looks like it. Let's see if they bring any pressure to the Panthers do.
They have not thrown a pass, I do not believe, so far. Ball at the 33-yard line. And again, it is going to be a pass. Good call. And Sotelo has a wide receiver open, but it's overthrown in the end zone.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see who it was.
Yeah, it looks like they have a couple of receivers out there. It looks to be their star receiver.
Is that
out
Vega?
There. Yeah, it looks to be Vega. Well, bear with us as the their jerseys don't match Justin Vega.
Yeah, Justin Vega.
Yeah.
And Vega, as you mentioned, a very, very good receiver out there. And so far this year, Vega, 26 catches for 389 yards and also, I believe, 5 touchdowns. Last week, 7 catches for 51 yards.
Deep threat. He is their deep threat man. If there was one, they're going to roll coverage over to him. At least that's what it looks like to Vega.
3rd down and 8 at the 33. This time Rivera once again, and he's going to get over the 30, and it looks like he's going to be short of the first down by about 1. Might have got 7. Remember, we talked to Coach Campbell before the game, said range for his field goal kicker about 40 yards. This would be longer.
Right. So here, looks like Vela's going to have no choice but to go for it.
Yeah, it would be out of range. It would be about a 45-yard attempt.
Right. So Vela's going to go for it here, and they're about 3 yards short of a first down.
So they're going to call it 4th down and 3.
Yeah.
Got about 5 on that last rush. Ball at the 28-yard line. The Weslaco territory, approaching 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Pistol formation. Wide outs on each side. And again, waiting for the snap. Wide outs are Perez and Vega. And again, Rivera with it. And it looks like he is going to be stopped short. No, second effort is going to get him down to about the 17-yard line.
Yeah.
So second effort gets him about 11 yards and a first down.
Yeah, they had him. It looks like they called a timeout before the snap.
Oh, really? Wow.
What it looks like, they called it right before the play got off. A nice call by Coach Stroman to stop it before it got going. Because that was a first down for PJ. PJ is, again, we mentioned, not a big guy, but he is fast and he is strong. And you saw the strength from that young man. Bounced off a couple of would-be tacklers for the Panthers. And then finally, they had to take one of the corners to push him out of bounds, not after a first down. So, a timeout.
And
stop that.
Rivera, 32 carries for 191 yards and 6 touchdowns. Of course, again, he was not in the game last week. Not that much of a receiving threat. I think he only has 2 catches for 16 yards this season. Yeah.
That's exactly what we felt was going to happen here this evening. A lot of people thinking, it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be, there's lots of points on either side, whatever. I just don't believe that. I just think both defenses are really good.
All right. Good prediction. 3:55 remaining. 4th down and 3 at the 28-yard line in Weslaco territory. Vela trying to get their first points of the night. Got to get this first down, though, first. And we see it is going to be Rivera, and Rivera is going to get over the 25, down to about the 20, needed 3, and he got about 7 or 8 on that play.
One of the things that Coach Stroman said when we talked to him during the week, there's 2 things that he said that cannot happen, and we'll talk about that a little later, but one of the things he did say is, look, guys, we've got to be able to tackle in space, and we've got to be able to be physical. We've got to be tough. So those are the 2 things that Coach said we've got to do, especially on defense.
So by the time it's all over, they give him a 10 yards on the rush. It's going to be 1st down and 10 in the red zone at the 18-yard line. So with under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, Vela is in the red zone for the first time tonight as they move toward the north side of the field, toward the scoreboard here at Flores Stadium. And this pass is going to be complete, and it is going to be good for about 3 yards. A very short reception on that play, and that went over to their star, Justin Vega.
Yeah, and that's what you wanted to see. That's what we talked about, that Coach said, hey, it has to happen. Even Zamora and Ethan Zamora, the brothers, Ethan, number 30, and then his brother Ethan, 40, playing the linebacker spot. So the brothers are in action tonight.
Again, we have a 2nd down and 6, 4 yards on the reception. Was that the first pass reception
That's
of the night?
the first one.
Mm-hmm.
They attempted one to Vega, but right.
So, again, went almost 9 minutes in the game before completing a pass. Again, Rivera with the ball, and he is going to be brought down at the 10-yard line, and he picked up about 4 on that play, still a couple yards short.
I wish I could just spotlight, the matchup between their big tackle, big number 74, Garza out there on the left side with Alexis Munoz. Man, what a battle. I mean, they're just going at each other, you know. These are two big dudes going at it, and they got strength and size. And we get a chance to kind of look at that, what they're doing to each other over there.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 2 at the 10-yard line. Under 2:30 remaining in the opening quarter. And this time Rivera gets it. It's got to get 2 yards, and he is going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Tried to work the left side, but no go.
The Panthers know how dangerous PJ can be. They are making sure they go low on him just because he's that slippery. I mean, he's just we saw it earlier in one of the plays where it was called back. He does that kind
he's
of
shifty,
thing.
Didn't the coach say?
Shifty. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what the coach said.
That's why they're going so low, to stop his momentum. And a nice way to attack that young man. He's dangerous.
So it's going to be 4th down and 2, and we have another timeout. Timeout on the field, 1:56 remaining in the opening quarter at Flores Stadium. And right now it's the Panthers over the Sabercats 6-0. This is a K-West production.
WHS. Let's dream it. Let's shout it. WHS. Let's dream it. Let's shout it. WHS.
And now let's see if the offensive line can beat the defensive line of Weslaco. Of course, we don't hope that's the case, but it's going to be a field goal. So they're going to just decide to go for it. And this one is going to go up from about 26 yards, I guess.
Yep.
And it is good. So that field goal kick is good by Joe Borges. And we do have 1:41 remaining here in the opening quarter. And right now it is the Panthers over the Sabercats 6-3. This is a K-West production. And, you know, you hate to talk about moral victories or whatever, but, you know, to stop Rivera when he just needed 2 yards on 3rd down and make him kick a field goal against a team like Vela, number 1 in the district, that has to be at least a moral victory.
I'll take it. You're kidding? Moral, it doesn't matter what it is. I will take it as a victory. These guys, you have to remember, they've been explosive all season long. They put up a bunch of yards and a bunch of points on a lot of people. So, yeah, every time you can slow down their offense, even if hold them to a field goal. It's good news.
By the way, Job, their kicker, he is 22 out of 24 in extra points this season, 6 of 6 of field goals.
Right.
So, again, I don't want to say automatic, but pretty close.
Pretty close.
If you put him in a reasonable range.
Yeah, Coach told us he's pretty reliable.
So it's time for the kickoff. 1:41 remaining, 6-3. Still the lead for the Panthers, and they have the ball, and it's going to be brought up to about the 30-yard line, out to the 35, 40, and down near the 45-yard line is the Panther running back. Did you see?
Yeah, that's Mikai Jones, a young man who's getting spot duty every now and then. he showed his wheels there.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, nice running
Second
there.
gear.
Yeah, second gear. You know, many people don't have a first gear. He's got 2. Man, nice way to go and put the Panthers in good field position.
By the way, this year as a receiver, he is 3 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. And also last game when they got by Los Fresnos, the play-in game, he had 2 catches for 7 yards. Rodney Garza at quarterback, Jesse Hernandez in the backfield. Garza will run this time, and he will get about 4 yards to near midfield.
Yeah, and that's good. See, the coaches are realizing, okay, you're going to have to decide if you're going to focus on 21. Hernandez is still going to be back there. Okay, so you got to respect him. You got to keep some of your backers in. Say, okay, you got to respect me to throw him the ball. And now you add to that, Rodney can also just do that, run and pick up some yardage. Nice play.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 5, ball at the 49-yard line. Weslaco has it, moving toward the south here in the first quarter. And once again, it's Jesse Hernandez, and he is going to go all the way again. This time, it is a 51-yard touchdown run. Add that to his 76-yarder. That man on 2 rushes alone has, about 127 yards.
Rolando Morales, I am going to personally myself buy you dinner on Scott's credit card.
All right, I'll do it.
I am
I'll do
telling
it.
you right now, that side, man, woo. I could have walked through there. No, I couldn't have. Now that I think about it. But anyway,
I know you're
got,
excited,
you
but
got the point.
we're going a little far with the
Yeah,
exaggeration.
you're getting the point. That's just that's good to see.
Yeah, all joking aside, that was fantastic.
An offensive lineman, it was always an offensive lineman until, you know. So when you see your fellow big guys doing a job, and you got to say their name and where they went to school and what they like to eat.
Yeah. Well,
what's their favorite car, you know?
Well, Hernandez has rushed for over 100 yards in each game this season. And last game, he had 21 carries for 102 yards and a touchdown. Overall, 67 carries for 523 yards, 5 touchdowns. Now, here's the key. He is averaging 7.8 yards per carry, so he's over 8, obviously,
right
now with this game.
My goodness, that's just a good offensive line and such patience. I say this again by Big 21 Jesse Perez. Hernandez, I'm sorry.
So Moran missed the field goal, was a little off. What was he, wide left last time?
Going for 2.
Going for 2. Garza has it, and he is going to get it near the goal line, but it looks like it was incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like he just a little bit short. He was trying to get it to the tight end.
51 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and the Panthers are ahead of the Bobcats 12-3 in the playoff game at Flora Stadium in Edinburgh. This is a K-West production. Did you like going for the 2 points, trying to get it to 14, or would you like to see?
Should I pull out my list? You know, the list you used in the past. You know, there's the list that was developed years ago, and you go at this time of the game. If you're behind by 1, I'll be honest with you. If it would have been me, I would have taken the kick and tried to pull away as many. I need as many points as I can against Vela. That's just me. I thought it was just a little early. But I don't get paid what Coach Stroman does or have the knowledge that Coach Stroman does. So I'll side with him. But if you're asking me, sure, it's a little early. But you're trying to get the momentum. I can't blame him for that.
Yeah.
You've got a 12-3 lead against the top team in the Valley right now. You've got to take it and try to put as many points as you can. But I agree with it. I mean, the fact is you want to put points.
Yeah. Okay. So kickoff coming from the 40-yard line. Back once again. It is playoff action. Football Fred along with Scott Harrison and the K-West crew. And the ball is kicked off. And it will go down to about the 18-yard line. Vela in their black uniforms will return it. And they will get it to about the 27. That's where they'll start 1st and 10 with 46 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter.
Nice play there down by the special teams. Coach told us. Coach Stroman says, hey, we've got to tackle in space. We've got to be able to also make sure we're physical, and so far they have been, especially on the offensive line. So now we're Vela's going to try to answer. That's coming. Mm-hmm. So here's where the test comes on this defense. What can the Panther defense do? They're going to get a good shot here, I believe.
Andrew Sotelo, known as AJ at quarterback. Pablo Rivera, known as PJ Rivera at running back in the pistol formation. Perez and Vega at the wideouts, and we will have a whistle Is that going to be a timeout?
Yeah, it looks like
All
it.
right, we have timeout on the field. 46 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's the Panthers in Edinburgh over the Bobcats 12-3. This is a K-West production. Now, I have to ask you here in this opening quarter, I don't think anybody would have thought Perez would have scored 2 long touchdowns, but are you surprised that Wesco's even ahead in the first quarter?
Jesse Hernandez, if you were to come in and you were to say, okay, what do you think is going to happen in the first quarter? None of us would have said
No.
2 big long runs by Jesse. Not that he can't do it. It's just the fact that
Well, the Vela's so good.
Sure. Vela's defense has been playing up. But
Well,
again,
they've only been giving up 10 points a game,
Exactly.
and they've only given up about 210 yards a game.
Right.
So in 2 runs, he's got 127 yards.
Right.
And remember, once again, Vela has only given up 10 points again.
That's
game.
it.
So that's 12 already, more than they've been giving up per game, plus almost 2/3 of the way, maybe, I'm bad on math, to what they give up yardage a game. So it's 1st and 10, and this time it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and a helmet comes off. Sotelo will be down near the 28-yard line and does not get much at all.
I think they received the message from Coach Stroman on the physicality. I just want you to pay attention to not just Josh Burkett, but Ethan Zamora, Alexis Munoz, those guys that are playing up in the middle there, big Roman Saldana. Those guys are really delivering punishing blows.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 9 at the 29-yard line. We'll give him 1 yard on the play. And this time there is a pass. Looks like it's good to down to about the 35-yard line, pickup of 6.
Yeah, that pass was Bobby Garcia. They had set up a screen to the left, which went nowhere. Got to give kudos. Nice plays by Jacob Dana. Jacob already himself has had a pretty good ball game here early on.
Garcia on the season, 11 catches for 134 yards. Last week, 4 catches for 22 yards. And that is the end of the first quarter of play. It is the Panthers over the Bobcats, 12-3. We are at Flora Stadium here in Edinburgh. This is a K-West production.
Before Christine McCleary was a physical therapist, she was an honor student at Weslaco ISD, played sports, and was a cheerleader. She graduated from Ohio State University, then physical therapy school at Texas State University. Now she is Dr. Christine McCleary at Triumph Therapy and part of the clinical faculty at UTRGV School of Medicine. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Christine McCleary, WISD was the right choice.
We are back now for the second quarter of play. 12 minutes each quarter, along with Football Fred. I'm Scott Harrison. Panthers leading the Bobcats, Sabercats, I should say, 12-3. And again, it is going to be a pass play. And this one is going to be incomplete down near the 40-yard line. And again, a little physicality out there. And the pass was intended for Jaime Perez Jr., and he took exception to Aaron Thomas.
But it wasn't his fault. I mean, AJ was under a lot of pressure. I mean, as a receiver, you feel you're interfered with all the time. I get that, But Anthony, AJ, the quarterback, was under stress back there. Had to get rid of it, and obviously didn't get the best throw out there to him.
So it's going to be now 4th down and 9. Again, the Sabercats trailing right now 12-3 against the Panthers. That was the first play of the quarter. It's going to be a punt, 4th down and 9, and it is going to be going down to about, a bounce at about the 38. So it'll be inside the 40 where we'll see Weslaco start on this particular series.
Now
Good
there's
field
a flag.
position.
Yeah, there's a flag back where the punt happened. So I'm not sure if it was offsides or what it was, but it's a 4th down. I wonder if it's. Well, no, we'll just wait. I mean, it just looks like.
So far, not too many penalties, right?
Right.
Maybe a couple against each team at most.
Right. And this is one of the things Coach Stroman talked about as we wait.
Yeah, talk about that. He said the penalties was going to be a big key in
he
this
said
game,
those
right?
2 things. There's 2 things that are going to be key to our victory as we wait the announcement by the official.
So what was encroachment?
Yeah, so it was lined up on
The
a
defensive lineman was lined up?
What happens
Yeah.
on a punt? You can't cover up the center.
All right.
So once you do that, you got to either be one side or the other. You just can't be directly over the center to protect the center, basically.
So the ball will move up 5 yards, but
Right.
still it's going to
4th
be
down.
short. Yeah, it was
Right.
9 yards for a first down.
Right.
Now it's going to be 4th down and 4.
Right,
Ball
right.
at the 34.
Right.
And this time, once again, it will be Justin Vega with the kick high snap, but he will get it off.
That's a
And,
terrible kick.
Well, he was feeling some pressure back there. He was feeling pressure back there.
Yeah. And that ball was touched before
Yeah.
it got there. And now there isn't. No, that seems to be just a marker where the soccer is at. That doesn't look like a flag. That's
No, I was trying to point out. I was trying to figure out who.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It was
Jacob
Caleb Gomez.
Caleb Gomez
that
was back
applied
there
the
putting
pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But what I was trying to say is, yeah, he had pressure on him, and so he was a direct. It's just a direct hit, ball just right down the middle, and the Panthers are in business again.
So they're near midfield. Again, give Gomez a lot of credit on that last play. Did he actually block it? I know he applied a lot of pressure.
He might have.
Yeah, he might have. So Hernandez this time, though, won't get nothing. He might lose one on the play.
Right.
So a loss of one. It's going to be 2nd down 11 at midfield. First minute of the second quarter. It is the Sabercats trailing the Panthers 12-3.
Yeah, so they're bringing up their safety. They're bringing up a corner. Damian Chavez, number 31. I'm sorry, Ianova, a linebacker, coming in on the blitz. They're bringing in and the big number 20, their safety from his safety spot, Ivan Mendoza. They're bringing him up, trying to play the run.
So they're going to say forward progress. Got it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 at the 49. And this time Garza thinks about throwing the ball. He's under pressure, and he is going to get taken out of bounds at the 46, loss of 3.
Yeah.
Taken out of bounds in front of the Panthers bench.
Yeah, he had nobody open. I know Jesse was trying to get rid of his defender. He just couldn't shake him. He was looking for him to go down the sideline, but there was nothing. But you know what? Take a loss. You're okay at this point. It's a long 3rd down, but at least you have a
3rd
shot
down
at
and
it.
12. By the way, Caleb Gomez has an interception this
Yeah.
year, and also Cesar Gomez and Jesse Perez. Those are the 3 players that have interceptions this year for the defense.
So coach says no penalties, no turnovers. We do those 2 things, I like our chances.
3rd down and 12 at the 47-yard line. And this time, Garza's back to pass, and he is going to loft it long way downfield. He has a receiver open, but overthrows him, and that was a nice pass. Joe Maldonado, he's had a couple good games this year, and that time just overthrows him. He was open there, but again, couldn't quite get it to him.
Good call. I mean, he had single coverage. Luna for the Sabercats was out there, and Maldonado said, let's go, man. I'll race you to the goal line.
Yeah.
That was basically what it was.
Yeah, Matthew Luna, Jr.
We've never doubted it. At least we've always known Rodney can throw the ball.
Right.
I mean, that's got a strong arm. He does.
All right. It is going to be 4th and 12 at the 47. And again, one back goes back to receive the punt. And it is going to go back, and he fumbles it, but he'll go down at the 3-yard line and keeps it. And the gentleman that muffed that punt was Jaime Perez.
That is one of the things that as a team you don't want to do. You don't want to start at inside your 10, inside your 5, or for that matter, inside the 3. And that's where the Sabercats is just a bobbled punt return by usually a sure-handed receiver here. Jaime Perez is.
Oh, yeah, he's a very top receiver.
Yeah, but this type of things happen, and now puts the Sabercats in deep in their own territory.
By the way, Perez and Vega both had 7 catches last week. Perez 7 for 58 on the season, 12 catches for 157 yards and a touchdown. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 2-yard line, and we're going to see that Rivera is back by the end line in the pistol formation. Midway into the end zone, we see A.J. Sotelo. So again, deep in their own territory is the home team, and the Sabercats will try to get it out of the end zone. There goes Sotelo, and he is going to go to about the 8-yard line. It's a nice run, gets about 6.
Yeah, he had to. And he's not comfortable doing that. He'll do it, don't get me wrong. He's got some speed. But he wanted to throw the ball downfield to get out of that area. Now, they're still backed up, but at least you got some breathing room now.
Oh, yeah. No, he needed that. So the ball's at about the 7-yard line, and we'll give him 5 on that rush. 2nd down and 5, 10:19 remaining here in the first half, second quarter. 2nd down and 5 at the 7. Deep in their own territory are the Sabercats in their black uniforms. This time Rivera near the end of the end zone, and he's going to get it, and he is going to get out very close to a 1st down.
So they substituted. They have different packages, and Galvan.
Galvan came in that time, Mark.
Came in Galvan. Ted Galvan, who is a good player himself.
Yes,
He's
he
a
is.
young man who's got a lot of talent, and he comes in, and they have different plays that they like to use PJ in certain spots. and then they like to use Galvan.
Okay.
So
he got the
like
first down. He needed 5. He got the
first
5.
down, right.
Now, who's in there now?
So now you're looking at the back there. Still Galvan.
Still
who's back
Galvan,
there,
all right. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 12.
Right.
And again, it is a good night for football. Perfect weather, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
We're here in mid-December, and it couldn't be nicer. So once again, it's going to be Galvan, but this time he is going to be knocked down back around the 9-yard line. So he's hit for about a 3-yard loss.
And guess who? Mr. Photographic himself, Josh Burkett.
Yeah, Josh Burkett
Yeah.
had 123 tackles last year to lead the team, and is one of the leaders with Perez this year.
Yeah, he is being shot out of a cannon every single play. Every single play. Keep an eye out for him. If you're watching tonight, joining us on our broadcast, we're happy you're with us. Look at number 8. See what he's doing. I mean, these young men are really putting on a show out there, both on the Sabercats and the Panthers tonight.
2nd down and 13, ball at the 9-yard line. Clock running, under 9 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And once again, running with the ball is Sotella, and he will get it out, and it's going to go to about the 18-yard line, gets about 8 yards on that play. Let's see who the receiver was.
Yeah, just like a bootleg coming out, tight end. That's number 13.
Tovar Jaden, right?
Yeah, that's and really.
No, I'm sorry, Jaden Tovar.
Yeah, Jaden basically all he did is just kind of wait around and just kind of released after AJ kind of did.
Right. So he picks up 9 on the play, going to be 3rd down and 4 at the 18.
Yeah, they like Galvan, I guess, in this situations. Maybe he's just a tougher runner inside than PJ. I'm not sure, but.
Or maybe he just needs a rest. Remember, he was having that shoulder problem.
It is possible.
Another pass play, and this time it's going to go to the 30, so they pick up 12 and the first down, and it looks like it was Jaden Tovar again, right?
Yeah, it looks like that tight end is picking that option. He's coming out and he's trying to find a spot in a zone that's open there. You got to keep an eye out on him because they're liking him right now.
So it is going to be 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Officially a pickup of 11 on that last play. Basically, I think they've worked out of the pistol all night, haven't they?
Basically, yeah.
We see some motion this time. Quarterback, A.J. Sotelo, talented young man. And he will give it off once again to Galvan, and Galvan will get down to about the 32-yard line, give him a gain of about 3 on that play.
Yeah, that defense for Weslaco High is really trying to adjust to that run. That offensive line is starting to put their big old mitts now and trying to push forward. Now, they're the way to describe it, those 2 guys at the end are your guys that are going to do a lot of the hard work. Those 2 guys, those guards in the center, are the ones that are going to do your dirty work to kind of push the big guys out of the way.
Ball at the 34, so officially they call it a 5-yard gain. It is going to be 2nd down and 5 at the 34 as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter. Sotelo will keep the ball, and he has to get to the 39, gets to the 43, so he gets the first down and about 4 more, gets about 9 on that run.
Yeah, he doesn't want to run. Again, he's a better passer than he's a runner. I mean, that's just the good thing about a quarterback. He can read the defense and he can get it done. But Ethan Samota, again, these linebackers, every single time somebody gets the ball in open space, yeah, they're getting there quickly.
So 1st down and 10 at the 42-yard line. Ball is in Vela territory. Calling out the plays, Sotelo. Galvin still in it, running back, another pass play, and this one is going to be good to Perez, and the ball goes down to about the 40-yard line, so it's a pickup of about 18 on that reception to the far sideline.
Just a crossing pattern for Perez, and then they had to come up, Jesse Perez had to come up and make a tackle. So they've got something rolling here. They got some pass. Coach Campbell said, look, we don't want to be balanced. It just kind of happens that way. It depends on what the defense is giving them. So right now they're giving them a lot of short stuff. They're getting a couple of runs here and there. I'm sure they're going to take their chances here as Galvan is still in the backfield.
Officially 19 on that play. It is 1st down and 10 now in Weslaco territory at the 39-yard line. Moving toward the south end zone, and Galvan is pulled down from behind after a 1 or 2 yard gain.
Yeah, that again, we see the action. They're trying to go that zone outside, trying to get those blockers downfield, trying to get those big guards to move those bigger guys on the defensive line out of the way. But Burkett is clean right now. He's being able to out there, and Coach told us, hey, as long as our linebackers are clean, by that he means, look, the offensive line want to get to that second level. They want to get your guy out of the way and then try to go back block that linebacker. They're trying to do that. Burkett just a little quick right now.
2nd down and 9, ball at the 38-yard line. This time play action pass. Sotelo will now throw it to the far sideline, and it is out of bounds. So it's going to now be 3rd down and 9.
There is a flag in the backfield, usually in the area of a hold. Now we'll see in a minute what happens right at the 30-yard line, near the sideline of Vela. See what that comes out of that. Usually that's the area of holding, but
Which holding? Offensive?
yeah, usually it's defensive holding.
Defensive
Yeah,
holding,
Usually,
okay.
usually.
Oh, no, I know that.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at the
and you're right. 10 yards on the penalty.
yeah.
So it's going to move the ball inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
Right.
Well, a good call on that one.
Yeah, they those are the kind of things that sometimes happen when you've got pass plays developing. You just kind of reach out sometimes and grab the first thing that you touch.
1st and 10, 28-yard line, 5:04 remaining. Second quarter, 12-3, Weslaco leading. And this time, I believe it's Galvin with a very short run.
Yeah, Galvan met Burkett and he met Munoz. 2 guys that you don't want to run into on a grass field like tonight. Yeah, those
Beautiful
guys.
field, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like it's brand new. It looks like they've really updated the turf anyway here at Richard Florida Stadium. Very nice complex, very nice playing surface. Really, congratulations to the Edinburgh School District being able to put that together for these young athletes.
2nd down, 11, ball at the 29-yard line. So a loss of 1 on the play as that last rush by Galvan. Clock continuing to run. Approaching 4:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Appreciate everybody enjoying this game on YouTube, either live or on delay. And now it is Sotelo with a long pass play toward the end zone. And did he get his receiver?
He sure did.
All right. So it's going to be a 29-yard touchdown pass. Did you see who it was?
Yeah, it looked like that's their top man, big number 5. You know, he's going deep, going outside, and he's out there. Jaime Perez is one of those guys.
So it's Jaime Perez, right?
Yeah, they're one of those guys, and really, AJ just kind of threw it up there, and he put it in a perfect spot. I mean, really nice coverage by Perez on that outside. The corner, we just couldn't have played it really any better. He just beat him to the spot.
And I believe that's his 2nd touchdown reception of the season. Extra point attempt is coming up, and it is good. So we have 4:10 remaining here in the second quarter. Right now, it's the Panthers over the Sabercats, 12-10 in Edinburgh. This is a K-West production. And it's time for the kickoff. Again, Vela just scoring. They will kick it off, and it will go toward the south end zone, and it will be taken by Weslaco. And the return will be taken to the 35, to the 40, over midfield, and finally knocked out of bounds at midfield. It is a nice run back that time. Did you see?
Yeah, that's easy, De Leon.
Okay.
Yeah, easy. One of their playmakers
All right.
who hasn't really been involved too much in the offense tonight, but he makes his name felt really and heard here during the special teams.
Nice run back of at least 30 yards.
All right, it said puts it into Sabercat territory now.
At the 49-yard line is where it'll be 1st and 10 for the visitors. 4 minutes remaining. First half. And this time it is going to be Garza picking up about 4 and 1st down.
Yeah, they're gonna be comfortable with doing that. They got a 2-point lead, so they've got 3 minutes and change to get something going, maybe get in field goal range and maybe even more.
And it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Now they mark it at the 47. By the way, Izzy De Leon last game in the play-in game, 2 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. And on the season, 7 catches for 119 yards and a touchdown. So Izzy has made his contributions this year besides special teams. All right, high snap, and this time Hernandez picks it up. It was a good thing that it just didn't become a turnover and gets really no gain.
Bounce right back into the hands of Jesse. And
sometimes
Jesse,
it's good to be lucky.
Yeah, it just gets back to the line of scrimmage and lives to talk about it for another play at least. It really you're gonna expect here. Now, I wonder if the Sabercats are gonna bring pressure. Now, this is obviously passing down. I mean, with Jesse Perez, Jesse Hernandez back there doesn't have to.
Well, Jesse Perez has been a running back at times in his career.
But we'll see here in a second.
Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8 at the 47, and this time it is going to be a screen pass. It is going to be Jesse Hernandez, and he is going to get down to about the 43-yard line, and he had to get down to the 39, so he's still going to be 3 or 4 yards short.
Right. So now Coach Stroman has a decision to make. What do you think, guys? Do we leave it up for our defense? Do we pin him back and make him work the whole field like they did earlier? Remember, the scoring drive for the Sabercats started at inside their 3-yard line.
2-yard line.
Yeah.
They went 98 yards.
That's right.
Of course, they had the, 49-yard pass.
Right, and they had some help along the way, big plays and a penalty and things that all helped. But
yeah.
But nonetheless, they're going to get a shot at it. It looks like they've only got a timeout, though. The Sabercats.
Each team has one timeout. And Garza is going to punt. No, he's going to throw the ball, but there is a flag. We'll get the first down to Mel Rodriguez, and he is going to maybe go all the way. We'll see. Knocked down at the 5-yard line, but let's wait and see what the flag was about.
Yeah, usually the flag will be on the defensive side when they let this go through, unless we miss something, which could be.
So it's going to be a big gain.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
usually,
that was huge.
I was going to say that's usually what happens. Tricky Panthers.
So it was about a 40-yard gain on the throw on the punt.
Tricky Panthers. And guess who caught that ball?
Was that Mel Rodriguez?
No, that was actually Jesse Perez.
Oh, Jesse Perez. Okay, Jesse Perez. All right.
Yeah, our wish came through before the
Yeah, we always like to see Perez do something on
offense.
We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I actually talked about that before the game to the coach. Did I not? I always like to see Jesse do something on offense.
You got your wish.
Yes, I did. So he'll be on the offensive ledger with about a 40-yard reception. So it's going to be 1st and goal to go at the 7. 2:20 remaining, clock running, 1 timeout for the Panthers. Plenty of time here. And again, a spread formation. And Hernandez is in there, and he's going to get down to about the 3-yard line. So picks up about 3 or 4 on first down.
Yeah, and they're comfortable with that. They're comfortable running it in a couple of more times as well, as Jesse kind of is smelling the end zone. This offensive line really needs to push. And I'll tell you in a minute.
Somewhere there's a line there, by the way. I got to say, because you said about the cooking. Do you smell what the Weslaco offensive line's got cooking?
That's
right. Like the rock,
it's
right?
Coming. Timeout.
All right.
Timeout.
Now there's a timeout before the play got off.
Yeah, Coach Campbell wanted to talk about it before. He's got the only timeout left.
1:46 remaining here until halftime. Panthers knocking on the door of another score. They lead the Sabercats 12-10 in Edinburgh. Playoff time, and this is a K-West production.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
On the field, it is going to be 2nd down and 3. 1:46 remaining here in the half. And the Panthers lead 12-10. And it's going to be Jesse Hernandez once again. And he's going to get in the end zone. Bulls is way ahead, 3 yards for the score. It's his 3rd touchdown of the night. And I'll tell you what, the first 2 were really long ones. But this one a little shorter and just 3 yards, but it still all counts. And it is now 18-10. It is the Panthers over the Sabercats. Now do you go for 2 points or 1 point?
No, I still go for 1. It's still a 2-possession game, even if you don't, if you just get the extra point. But I guess, I don't have the wisdom that Coach Stroman does. I don't know his team as well as he does. We'll see what he does.
All right, Rodney Garza. He is going to give it to Jesse Hernandez, and Hernandez gets in for the 2-point conversion. Goes off tackle on the left side, gets in. Nice play.
Yeah. See, tells you what I know.
All right, we have 1:41 remaining till halftime. Panthers have increased their lead over the Sabercats. They've been on top all the way. It's 20-10. This is a K-West production. I'll tell you what, Fred. That was a nice drive and a little trickery. You're going against the number 1 team in the Valley. They're very good. We all know that.
Yes.
You just don't leave anything on the table, right? You bring
can't.
it all out there. You
Yeah.
just bring it.
What are you going to use it?
Yeah.
Over the summer?
So
you
Jesse
know?
Perez has not caught a pass all year.
Right.
He's been a great defender on defense, him and Burkett, as linebackers we're talking about.
Right.
But all of a sudden, we know he can catch the ball, good hands. We used to see him as a running back in his
Yeah.
sophomore year.
Yeah.
So he comes out there, gets the big pass play, sets up, and I think Hernandez was just fired up. That's the break they needed. They might have been a little down from that last big touchdown pass.
Yeah.
But you know what? The team never let that pass affect them.
Right.
They could have just put their head between their tails and said, oh, my gosh,
That's it.
Vela's just too good. But that didn't happen.
You gotta understand. Vela is gonna respond.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard this. Somebody said this before. Hey, they got players on that side too.
They definitely do. On the field, we're getting ready for the kickoff. 1:41 remain till halftime. Panthers lead the Sabercats 20-10, and the kickoff is going to be returned, and it will go to the 25-yard line. So Vela will have a good return that time. I believe that was what, Austin Carrillo?
Austin Carrillo, right?
Yeah.
And there's a flag, and again, that flag usually is in the area of holding. Usually,
right.
when that happens in that area, there's somebody grabbing on for dear life. Usually, Well, but we'll see
yeah.
if the official agrees with my assessment or not. I've been wrong tonight, believe it or not.
By the way, Carrillo played a lot last week, had 4 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown. Here's the penalty call, and it's going to be against the return team.
That's even worse
What
than
was
a
it?
hold. That's a block in the back.
All right.
That backs you up all the way back, from there because of the penalty. That backs you up. So,
And no
that
timeouts.
hurts. Yeah, no timeouts. You've got to go the distance of the field. You got to be careful if you're the Panthers here.
Only 97 seconds.
Right.
But remember, we saw a 49-yard touchdown pass by Vela on their last possession.
And you do have PJ back in there.
All right, so
PJ
Rivera
Rivera's at their in the backfield.
didn't
now.
play the last series.
Right.
It was Ted Galvan when they scored, but Rivera back in there. And he is going to get the ball, and he will get down to about the 22. But Weslaco's got to be happy with that, a 6-yard gain, and the clock moves.
You'll take it every single time. If you do the math, you figure they're going to run out of time if that's what you want. If your defense can hold,
So it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Do you think they're going to be conservative, Vela?
No, I don't think so. I think Vela understands that they've been punching the mouth here in the first half, and they got to respond. I mean, that's just basically it.
Well, ball on the 22-yard line, they are not showing, any sense of urgency.
At this point, right?
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe if this is a big play, maybe that'll change things. Well, it's Rivera once again. But remember, they do get the kickoff to begin the second half. But he's got a nice run. And I'll tell you what, they better catch him or he may go all the way. He is down at the 30, at the 20, and he's finally brought down at the 15-yard line. I'm going to tell you what, that was an amazing run of what he just did there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that was
That's a different runner.
of about
Yeah.
68 yards.
You have a different runner. That's Ted Galvan
Yeah.
who took off. They were saying they were not showing that maybe they were really
Oh, that
confident.
Galan that time?
Yeah,
All right,
yes,
so Galan
Ted,
came in.
Ted Galvan comes in for PJ, and he takes off on a big one.
No, that was a nice run, about 68 yards down to the 15-yard line. Actually, more like maybe 73, I think.
Right.
I'm doing this math in my head, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, nice run there by Ted Galvan, just a junior. PJ's back in there again. They like
All right.
different. It looks like they have different plays that they like
Right.
to use different backs here.
So 55 seconds. 1st and 10. This would be a huge touchdown for Vela because remember they get the ball to begin the second half, even a field goal. This is going to be a run by Rivera, and he is going to take it down to about the 3-yard line. So it looks like he at least got a first down.
Yeah, it looks like it did. Now Ethan Samora comes from his linebacker spot, and again when he hits you,
Yeah.
PJ landed almost 15 yards out of bounds. Not because we hit him out of bounds,
No.
but hit him inbounds, and he threw that much. But PJ, you can see his explosion.
So a gain of 14 on that play. It's going to be 1st and goal to go at the 1-yard line. 41 seconds remaining. And this time Rivera is going to get thrown for a loss of about 5 yards. And the clock is running.
All right. Yeah, they have no timeouts. They got to get up there.
Down to
Clock
30
is
seconds.
ticking away.
Yeah. Now it's down to 26. They won't get this play off before 20 seconds. This could be the final play of the quarter. You think they got to throw a pass here?
They got to do something to stop the clock.
Yeah.
I would spike the ball at this point.
Down to 15 seconds. Remember, it is 2nd down. 2nd down to goal. Goal at the 6 after the 5-yard loss. So Tella's going to have to throw it. Now he's going to run, and he will get out of bounds at about the 3-yard line, or did he get in?
It looks like he got in.
Okay, so it looked like he almost got knocked out, but went in. So he got a 6-yard touchdown run. Nice job by Sotelo.
Yeah, and see, that's the type of thing with
2
Vela.
seconds left.
Yeah, Vela just got it in the nick of time. You know, I mean, that's why Weslaco says, no, man, we can't. Relax. You know, he was trying to go out of bounds, and they called him inbounds. I thought.
Yeah, from a distance, I thought he went out at the 3 at first.
AJ was going to try to step out of bounds, or at least try to attempt to reach out, but he got it.
So the extra point attempt is up, and it is good by Joe Borez. And we have 2 seconds remaining till halftime, and the Panthers' lead now has been cut to 3. It is 20-17, Weslaco over the Vela Sabercats. This is a K-West production. So that was kind of shocking. There was about maybe 97 seconds left, and, you know, it looked like they were showing no urgency. The ball, they're way back in their own territory with like a minute 10 remaining, and then all of a sudden you get Galvan with a 73-yard run, so you just never know.
That big offensive line for the Sabercats opened a hole enough for Galvan, who's quick. Really quick, and took off and set up the Sabercats in real nice field position and really set them up for that touchdown. Again, you're seeing what this Vela team can do in a hurry.
We get ready now for the final kickoff of the second half. Just 2 seconds remain. I would think they try to squib it so it has to be picked up in bounds and the clock will run out. I would think they won't try to kick it out of bounds or into the end zone or anything like that. We'll have to wait and see. You just want to run out the clock. Don't give them a chance to do anything with it. And then if you're Vela, you get it to start the second half. And, yeah, it is a squib kick. It'll be picked up, and as long as they can tackle the man, and he just goes down automatically.
Sure.
Or actually maybe it'll be 1 second. I guess that's why he went down, so that would stop the clock. So do you try Hail Mary?
Why not?
All right.
I mean, you know, you've had success.
Here's the question, though. You know, you're way back, though. It would be a really long Hail Mary. Are you concerned that it could be intercepted and with their talent might be returned for a touchdown? You want to risk that?
True.
I'm just asking you a question, Fred.
Yeah, well, at this point,
because now you don't have the momentum right now. That's the key.
You put it that way, sure. Now I'm kind of thinking, you're right. That makes some sense. So,
just regroup. Just regroup.
I'm going to take a knee.
I'm scared about the Hail Mary right now. Now, if it was over the 50, maybe. But way back at your own 34, 32.
Well, that answers our question. Easy is back there.
Well, this is going to be.
They're going to kneel it,
the halftime formation, not the victory formation, the halftime formation. So we have gone through 2 quarters of play. If you're a Weslaco fan, the key has been Jesse Hernandez, 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on long runs, 1 on a 3-yard run. And, of course, Sotelo, if you're a fan of Vela, he has thrown a touchdown pass of 49 yards, also run for 6, and in between a 26-yard field goal. Pretty much a summary of the scoring. We are at halftime, and it is the Weslaco Panthers. They are leading the Vela Sabercats. The score right now is 20-17. This is the bi-district Class 6A Division II matchup at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Winner will go on and play the winner of San Antonio Brennan and Del Rio going on right now in San Antonio. Football Fred and I, Scott Harrison, are going to take a break. After halftime, we'll be back for the second half. Again, 2017, Panthers over the Sabercats. This is a K-West production.
Go full speed. Give us your best. Every single time. One, 2, 3. Run. Who's got my back? I got your back. I got your back. I got that flag. I got that flag. I got that flag. Let's keep this chill and bang! Woo! Bang! Woo! Bang! Woo! Somebody light me up! Run on me, watch your dick!
Well, it's time for second half action. We are in Edinburgh, Texas. We are at a very, very famous stadium tonight and enjoying it, Richard R. Flores Stadium in Edinburgh. And it's Weslaco and Edinburgh Vela. It's the Panthers of Weslaco and the Sabercats of Vela in bi-district Class 6A Division II matchup. It's the only game between the Hidalgo County teams in the bi-district round, opening round of the playoffs. The winner of this game will play the winner of the San Antonio Brennan and Del Rio game, and I understand, according to Football Fred, my partner, Brennan's up 41-0 right now. That's taking place right now at Ferris Stadium in San Antonio. Of course, this game right now, it is the Panthers leading the Sabercats 20-17. And the scoring, well, Jesse Hernandez, a couple of long touchdown runs in the first quarter, 76 and 49 yards. And then in the second quarter, he had a 3-yard touchdown run and also caught a 2-yard pass for the 2-point conversion. That was set up, of course, on a fake punt where Rodney Garza, quarterback and also the punter, threw 40 yards down to Jesse Perez inside the 10-yard line. Meanwhile, it was Vela shutout in the first quarter, but then some big things. It was Jaime Perez, one of the top receivers from A.J. Sotelo, getting a 49-yard touchdown pass, and then also a 26-yard field goal by Jaborez. And right before the half, in the last 97 seconds, it is the Vela team moving downfield, capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run by A.J. Sotelo, and we begin the second half of action. Vela has the ball. They deferred after the toss of the coin, and are you ready for a big second half football?
It is on the return there. That's Austin Carrillo bringing it back for the Sabercats. So really adjustments. Those are the things that we'll be looking at. If you're a Vela Sabercat fan, you figure, hey, we've got the momentum towards the end of the half. Let's build on that. Let's get that big offensive line and keep doing what we can. If you're a Panther fan, you're saying, okay, we've got some big plays. Can we mount a drive and start putting these things together? Those are things we got to watch out for.
In Football Fred, I know you have some scores to give in just a bit.
Sure.
We'll run some of those down as we can. So A.J. Sotelo at quarterback, P.J. Rivera at running back. P.J., of course, opened up the game, had about the first 4 or 5 runs of the game.
Yep.
And on 1st and 10 from the 21, he is going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards. Some scores, please.
And that is P.J. Rivera there. By the way, Corpus Christi veterans, they are probably one of the toughest teams in the Coastal Bend area. They're beating McAllen Road tonight. 33-7 was the last score. Sheridan Pioneer, 21-14 over Medina Valley. These are late, probably halftime scores. So just a couple of them to kind of pass along.
And 2nd down and 5 at the 26-yard line. We'll try to get some more in just a moment. Pistol formation. I'm Scott Harrison. Glad to be here doing Weslaco football again this year. 2nd down and 5 at the 26-yard line. Vela in the black uniforms, and they are moving toward the north end zone, toward the scoreboard. And this time Sotelo, he keeps the ball, and he is going to get down to about the 26-yard line. No gain on that play. Any more scores?
Yeah, well, Harlingen was beating 33-7 just a little while ago over there in their playoff action game. It's interesting because a lot of the 32-6A teams are the ones that are having success. That was 24-3 over Edinburgh North. That's just some of the scores that are passing along. Of course, we'll get some later as they change and they get out of halftime.
Of course, Weslaco 32-6A and Edinburgh 31-6A. Prior to this year, for 2 years, they were in the same district, but now in different districts. And there is a pass broken up, maybe fumbled. We'll have to wait and see. It's down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a catch. The ball was really low. I kind of lost it in the grass.
It almost looked like it got fumbled.
Yeah, it looked like he lost it for a second, but nice pickup there by Jaime Perez. Yeah.
Perez, okay, he had the touchdown earlier.
Yeah, Perez.
So the ball's at the 40, and that's a pickup of a better part of probably 14 yards and the first down. So 1st and 10 at the 40, 2 minutes here into the third quarter, and Vela trailing by 3. They have never led in the game, remember. 19 seconds into the game, it was that long touchdown run by Jesse Perez. All right, is that Galvin in there now, I believe? And Galvan looks like he got to about the 48-yard line, so pickup of 8 on that play, still a couple yards short of the first down.
And Galvan has been effective. They've used PJ, and he's had some
Ted
success.
Galvan,
And then Ted Galvan right here just carried the ball. He's been successful as well. So they got 2 running backs kind of spelling each other as the game goes on.
And officially they called a gain of 7, so it'll be 2nd down and 3. So far, Vela's still in their own territory. And this time Galvan gets it again, and he is going to get some good yardage down to the 44-yard line. So he gets about 13 on that play. First down in Weslaco territory.
Now, remember Coach Stroman saying, we've got to put pressure on these guys. We can't let Sotelo sit there and do whatever you want. Now, on this, they're running the ball now, and they're running right behind Garza. He's their UTSA commit. They're running right behind him to the left side.
Ronnie Garza.
Yeah, they're running behind him.
Left tackle.
They're trying, just kind of watch that. They like to go that route.
First down and 10 at the 43 in Weslaco territory. Again, pistol formation. Galvan has it, and this time barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they're going to keep doing that. Why not? You've got the big guy on that side. You know, he's one of the best, better players in the Valley in his spot, in his position. He's dominant player. Why not ride him all night and just try to him open the lanes for you?
Big story on him in the Monitor newspaper
Right.
in McAllen earlier this week. Big picture of him talking about him and the rest of the offensive linemen that play for Vela. So it's no gain, second down and 10 at the 43-yard line. This time Sotelo going to throw a long pass downfield. And again, it looks like, is it broken up or caught? No, it's no good. For a moment, it looked like there might be a chance for a reception.
Yeah, it was just dropped, really. The fact is the corner for the Panthers kind of flashed right in front. They looked like the mess flashed right in front of him, and it hit really the receiver right in the hands. It looks to be Justin Vega.
Justin Vega.
Their big play receiver. They went over now. Now, every time the Panthers are putting 5, 6, 7 guys in the box, Vela's throwing. Keep an eye on that. Look at that defensive line. See how many guys they got on there. That determines what they're going to do next.
Third and 10 from the 43. Big play, and there is pressure, but the ball is gotten off, and it's going to go down to about the 30-yard line, say the 29-yard line, and that is Jaime Perez finally taken out of bounds, but a nice gain on that play, and it went to the 29. It was a pickup of about 14 yards, and there is a injury timeout. Jaime Perez looks like he's shaken up on the field.
Yeah, the fans, if you hear the fans for the Weslaco Panthers, they are screaming, flag, hold, you know.
By the
Coach
way,
Stroman agreed with him. He was upset too.
Caleb Gomez, by the way, wrote him out of bounds. By the way, we have a fan in Oklahoma talking to us tonight, don't we?
Yeah, Coach Boswell. Every time I mention him, I want to drop and give him 10 push-ups. That's all I can afford now, Coach. Sorry, he's always checking out, not just East football. He's always supportive of Weslaco athletics. So
enjoy doing games with him.
That's right. We was having he was always a fun guy to have on the radio show when we had him. It was fun. So just big hello to everybody in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Big fan of Oklahoma State. First down and 10 at the 29. Just about 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Vela all the way so far offensively, and Ted Galvan has it. And he will get down to about the 27, gets 2 on that play.
Yeah, if it's up to the Weslaco fans, they're saying every single play is a hold. But I guess it could be if you think about it.
Well, you think in football, we've heard that every play could have a penalty.
Right, basically. Yeah, imagine how dull and slow that would be. But this defense for Weslaco High, again, they're adjusting. You got to remember, they want to bring pressure. You just want to be careful with it. They got 4 guys now on the field, on the down lineman anyway.
Gain of 2 on that play, second down and 8. This time, A.J. Sotelo on the screen pass, and it will go nowhere.
Yeah, they've been prepared for those. Bobby Garcia on that side. Those screens for Vela have not developed at all. They've tried at least a few times tonight, and there's been nothing there, at least on those screens. They've been successful in other plays. Just not on those screens.
Now, this is a crucial play for a couple reasons. We heard their field goal kicker may be good from 40 yards. Right now, This would be about a 45-yarder. So possibly if they could get a few more yards, they could get in field goal range, and if they don't get the first down, and then they would be in the position to maybe, well, let's forget all that because we see a nice run close to a first down. Is it a first down for Sotelo? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, he slid.
And there's a flag.
And there's going to be a personal foul, and that's going to help Vela out because what happens is he was sliding in, and the defender hit him right. So that's a big penalty, a big 15-yarder.
Sotelo got about 8 or 9 yards on the run.
Right, and they pressured him out of the pocket, and he can run.
Yeah.
But it looked like he might have been short on the slide because remember.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
The ball is where you are.
Yeah, good call on that.
Yeah, but they gave him 15 extra.
Right. So the ball is now at the 10-yard line, and it will be first and goal to go. They cannot get a first down. They'll have to get a touchdown or a field goal to end this after 4 plays. Sotelo all night working out of the pistol. We have a slot on the left side and brought down very quickly. A nice ankle tackle, I believe, by Zamora, right?
Right. Zamora comes from his linebacker spot, and just again, these Panthers these Panther defenders know they got to go low against these backs. They're slippery. They twist out of the tackle, so they got to make sure they wrap up. And it's just a tough one, because you've got a big old guy in front of you pushing you the opposite way, and you want to go the other way, you know.
Gain of 2 on the play, and it's 2nd down and 8. But also, Vela's had this ball for half the third quarter. We're already 6 minutes into it.
Yep.
So a very time-consuming drive. See if it's tiring out the defense. Again, not too hot tonight, not too humid. Again, a perfect night in December for football. So, again, 2nd and goal to go at the 8. Sotelo is going to look. He's got some pressure. He will run the ball. Now he'll throw it and gets it down to the 4-yard line. But it's out of bounds. His receiver caught it, but he was not in bounds on the reception.
Right.
And that time it looked like it was a tight end, Ryan Clow.
Right, and they like to go to their tight ends. They like to go to number 35. He's one of them, Ryan Clow. He's one of those, and they like to use also Big 13, Jaden Tovar.
I wonder if he's related to the official. One of the referees, one of the White Hats is named Clow here in the Valley.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not
Could
sure
be,
about that.
maybe.
Yeah.
So another flag
So what
on
happens
the
there?
Panthers here that were called offside. So
5 yards.
5 yards, and really the main thing, it's a first down. If they would have stopped them, they would have brought up a 3rd down, but now you
Second, well, actually, it'll be just 2nd down, right?
second down now because of the 5 yards, right?
Yeah, right. 2nd down and 4, 2nd down and goal to go. So big play, big penalty. Not too many penalties tonight. I think it's been a pretty clean play.
Clean, no turnovers, no penalties, not too many, handleable stuff. So it's been 2 good teams. That's what you get, 2 good teams.
5:36 remaining. Vela's had it the whole quarter so far. And this time, we're going to have a flag.
Yeah, that's all sorts of movement. See, that's a disadvantage when you're one of these big guys. When you move, even if you just shake for a second, everything shakes. You're a big guy, and so trust me, I know what that feels like. So you sit in there and you move a calf and then the whole thigh and everything moves. So that's hard to miss. And
that reminds me of that song, hip bones connected to the.
That's right.
Remember that song?
That's right, and especially with offensive linemen. They're really connected. Everybody will see it.
All right. So giveth and taketh away. Now it's back to a 2nd down and goal to go from the 9-yard line. No time taken off the clock. Sotelo has some open room, and he is going to go all the way in, 9 yards for the score. And with 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter, Vela takes their first lead of the night by 3, 23-20. This will be an extra point attempt, very important coming up.
Right, and really it was a good play by the Panthers. The fact is they just left one side open. They came with pressure, but when they came with pressure, they couldn't identify the extra guy, which is your quarterback, and really nobody touched him. Nice pickup there by Sotelo.
And do you remember, toward the end of the half, he had a 7-yard touchdown run.
Right.
And now he has a 9-yard touchdown run. So he scored touchdowns on the last 2 possessions for Vela. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. 5:30 remaining in this playoff game. And here at Flores Stadium, it is the Sabercats over the Panthers, 24-20. This is a K-West production. How important now is a long drive like that? At this point in the season, they've only played, 4 or 5 games, each of these teams.
Right.
So that was almost a 7-minute drive. How much does that take it out of the defense? Remember, Weslaco did have a last week off, so do you think that tired them out at all or not made a difference?
A lot. I think it has a lot to do with it. Momentum obviously has shifted.
Yeah, but how about the tiredness?
Yeah, definitely. Are you kidding?
Think they're tired?
That's definitely they used half of the, if not more than the quarter. So you've got to keep out here. Yeah, you've got to, remember, you've been pounding on you. Those big offensive linemen have been pounding on you for, 10 minutes. It seems like even longer. But the fact is now that Weslaco needs to respond. They haven't had a chance to get going on offense either. It's after the half anyway. So they got to get into their flow and see if they can get something going.
Time for the kickoff. First time the offense will get to the field, barring a turnover for Weslaco, and it is caught, and it is Aaron Tamez. The linebacker gets it, and he is going to stop and give Weslaco the ball back around their own 22, 1st and 10. So a long way to go, but remember, to begin the game, Jesse Hernandez on the very first play,
Right.
76 yards for a touchdown. We're right around that same territory.
Right.
So let's see what he does on their first possession. This would be a 75-yard touchdown.
Adjustments again, and now it didn't help the penalties. Remember, one of the things that coach said, and I'll bring it up after this play.
Okay, 1st and 10. And moving toward the south away from the scoreboard in this quarter is Weslaco. This time Jesse Hernandez gets it. No 76-yard touchdown that time, though, about a 1-yard gain.
Right. Coach said, and I circled it on my notes. He said, okay, first things first, no turnovers. Can't have that. And then second, 2, right? Maybe even said 1B instead of 1A, penalties. That in that last drive was a killer.
There were several, right?
Yeah, there were several penalties. So those were induced by the Panthers. Things, again, you can clear up. But, again, just kind of bring that up. One of the things that some of the keys the coach said were keys.
Rodney Garza has a hard time with the snap. He'll keep it and actually will get a few yards. He falls forward. Good effort down to the 32-yard line. Picks up about 6 on the play, so it should be 3rd down and about 3.
Right. And so Weslaco High now is got a bit of a challenge now. Okay, we've got to pick up a first down. Let's do that first. You know, let's get across the 30, you know, or the 35 and try to pick up a first down. And then kind of work from there. It's a good defense you're facing tonight. So it's Vela.
A lot of speed, right?
Yeah, a lot of speed on that defensive line.
3rd down and 3 at the 32. Motion, and on the jet sweep, it is going to be a run that's going to go nowhere. A loss of about 2 on the play. Tough call that time.
Yeah, and that really nice play by that defense. Really on a jet sweep, you've got to go.
Yeah, it was Izzy DeLeon.
Yeah, you got to go sideline to sideline. But I got to give credit here to Joshua Garcia. Junior corner really made things tough because he made Izzy cut back inside where all the big bodies are.
Loss of about 1, yeah.
Try to go outside where there's nobody, or at least try to get your speed going. But no, it didn't happen. Nice play there by that defense. Once again, very quick defense. Coach Campbell even called it the fastest defense he's had since he's been here.
Rodney Garza will punt the ball, and it is going to bounce and be picked up. No, going to go out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Back there was Ivan Mendoza, defensive back, but he decided not to touch it. So second possession of the night. Remember, last time Vela had it, they kept it for about 6.5 minutes and scored a touchdown.
This is key. This possession for the defense of Weslaco is key. Coach, and speaking of the coaches, and Coach Vento, we mentioned that, look, our defense has to be able to slow them down a little bit so our offense can kind of catch up. So this is important. This is where you got to, limit what they can do.
Anthony Sotelo, or Andrew Sotelo, they call him AJ. He, of course, scored touchdowns on the last 2 possessions, rushing touchdowns, 7 and 9 yards for Velo. Let's see what he does. A pistol formation. We've got a slot over on the left side. The ball will be handed off. We'll have to see if it's Rivera or Galvan.
Yeah, they switch running backs quite often, so you gotta keep it on. That looked like Galvan.
Okay, got one on the play,
yeah,
or actually lost one on the play.
They like to switch him back and forth, and Coach Campbell told us that PJ was not hurt, that it was more precautionary, but
well, he had a shoulder problem.
When you have a shoulder issue like that, it just depends. You
held out of last week's game.
Right, and he looks good. And tonight he's looked good. But, yeah, the running back by committee, at least tonight.
Right. 2nd down and 11. So there is Sotelo. He is going to pass the ball, we think. No, he's going to run now. A little scramble, and he will get up to about the 19-yard line. So it is going to be maybe a few yards short of the first down.
Right.
Gain about 7.
And again, Sotelo is a talented quarterback. He can throw the ball really, really well. Now, he's a good runner. Don't get me wrong. He's fast. He'd rather not do that. He's got so many athletes outside and in the backfield with him that he'd rather get the ball to them. But don't get me wrong. He can do just that.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 3. I believe it is Galvan in there right now. This time he will pass the ball. Has a wide open receiver in the left flat, and he will get over the 30-yard line, gets about 11.
Yeah, that's Jaden Tovar, the tight end we talked about. They're using those tight ends. They're just rolling out. And the Panthers so far are not counting on those tight ends rolling out. And really that they have an option play that they can run, whether run inside or run outside, depending on who's playing them. Nice play there by Tovar.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Quarter dominated so far by the Vela team, and this time about a 9-yard game.
You just get the
Who's that
feeling.
now?
Yeah, that's same. That's Galvan. Yeah.
All right.
You just get the feeling
Yeah.
that this offensive line, for as the game goes along, for the Sabercats is really starting to set the tone.
Right.
You know,
They're big. They're all between 6'2" and 6'6".
Yeah.
Second down and 3 at the 38. Clock running. 1:24 remaining. Sabercats up by 4, 24-20. And this time it's going to be Galvan, and he will get up to about the 41-yard line, may have the first down.
And they're comfortable with doing that now. See, I mean, they got the lead. You know, it's not too much of a lead, but it's enough to where you can start running the ball. You got a minute in the third quarter. Things have really slowed down now. You already get the feeling of that. But we get it here. Maybe at home, you're whatever you're watching tonight. This game has slowed down completely.
First down and 10 of the 41, and it looks like they're going to have the ball for at least 8.5 minutes of the 12 of this quarter. So
That's a
Tello is
fumble.
fumbling the ball, though. Let's see who gets it. This could be huge.
Yep.
And it is. Weslaco gets the ball at the 30. I think I just jinxed Vela, so Weslaco fans may be happy with me for that.
Right.
The fumble on the ball, and was it 30 that got it, Evan Zamora?
Yeah, even Zamora, along with Burkett, caused the fumble. Linebackers were coming, swiping. They know that all they need is an opportunity. And boy, what a gift this defense gave to this offense. The Panthers are in business now. Can they capitalize? They need to capitalize on this. I mean, it's still third quarter, but we're running out of time on third quarter here.
Ball at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 in Vela territory. And we have a whistle right after the snap. Handoff was to Hernandez, but no play.
Right. It looked like there was a timeout called.
So we have timeout on the field, 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And it is the Panthers trailing by 4 against the Sabercats, 24-20 in Edinburgh. This is a K-West production.
You know, we were talking this week, and we talked to different coaches, and both coaches had the same sentiment about tonight's game. He said, you know what, it's a shame. I said, what do you mean it's a shame? He goes, it's a shame that the first round, both Vela and Weslaco have to play each other. I said, why is that? He says, well, these are two really good teams that could have really, propelled the Valley into the state playoffs, play other teams.
And remember, this is the only matchup between two Hidalgo County teams here in the first round.
Right.
Teams line up again. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line following the turnover. Let's see if Weslaco can capitalize. And this time it is going to be Hernandez, and he is going to be thrown for a couple-yard loss.
Yeah, that defense, we've got to call a couple of these guys out. Big 33, Ryan Rodriguez. 94, Raul Guajardo. Those guys, again, quick. Not big, but very quick, fast. I'll reiterate again, for those of you just joining us here, Coach Campbell said this is the fastest defensive line that I've had here since I've been here. That's a statement for all the teams that they've had.
No, big guys, or quick guys at least. So it's going to be a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12 at the 32. And that is the end of the third quarter of play. Again, dominated time-wise and also score-wise by Vela. They scored the only 7 points of the quarter as they had the ball over 8 minutes in this quarter. So we'll begin the fourth quarter in just a moment. And in this playoff game, it is Robert Vela leading Weslaco 24-20. This is a K-West production. Second down and 12 as we begin the fourth quarter. Ball at the 32-yard line in the territory of Vela. Rodney Garza looking downfield, has a receiver open, and it is going to be a touchdown, I believe. Yes. Was that Mel Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Mel Rodriguez on the touchdown.
Let's look at it. It looks like Mel or Izzy.
All right.
They're far away from us. Let's get a little closer. That's going to be Izzy.
Izzy? Okay.
Yeah. I was just as I was talking about a big play, hey, coach, a great mind think alike, I guess, I mean, I wouldn't have necessarily called it
that?
down.
I think it was 32 yards.
Yeah.
So Izzy gets his second touchdown of the season. And we wait for the extra point attempt. This is a big extra point attempt. It is up, and it's good because it does give the Panthers a 3-point lead. I mean, so the Panthers are now leading 27-24. They score 19 seconds into the first quarter. Now they score 7 seconds into the fourth quarter. Again, they lead 27-24 over the Vela Sabercats. This is a K-West production.
But I just said that basically because all night, that's been there. I mean, let's be honest. Weslaco hasn't had either time. That defense is blitzing. I mean, there's a different play is called. But the fact is, if I see it back here, I know the coaches also are seeing, hey, they're giving us an opportunity. They're bringing everybody to the line, or at least disguising,
right,
like they're going to play back, and then they bring everybody. So there's some single coverage going on, and you've got Izzy, and you've got Maldonado that can fly, right? I mean, not even Mel's another guy.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. At what point do you say, all right, let's give it a shot? That took care of things. Thanks. I appreciate that, Coach. That's something really cool we saw there.
Getting ready for the kickoff. By the way, most points given up by Vela this year was in their opening game, a non-district game, the only non-district game. They defeated Mission Veterans Memorial 44-15. They have not given up more than 15 points until this game, in which they've given up 27. Of course, in district action, defeated Economides 44-7, Edinburgh North 38-10. They defeated Edinburgh 43-13, and then last week, Mission 24-7. Vela will get the ball around the 21-yard line. And now, is it a fumble? Let's see. Did Weslaco get it? The ball's loose, and Coach Stroman is signaling that maybe Weslaco got it, but we got to wait and see.
Yeah, it looked like his progression had stopped.
Yeah,
Coach,
I think so.
Coach wanted to put on a jersey and a helmet, I think, at the 20-yard line.
That's right. So it's going to be the ball for Vela. By the way, Weslaco this year, they just had 4 games, defeated Harlingen South 28-14. Big game against Weslaco. They led for a lot of it. I mean, against Harlingen, I should say. And 13-10, they lost. Defeated Donna North 59-13. And in the play-in game 2 weeks ago, defeated Los Fresnos 24-18. What happened there?
Now, that's a penalty. It looks like they're going to have to re-kick this.
Okay.
Yeah, they might have been offsides, obviously. That's what it looks like. So they're going to have to redo it all over again.
All right.
But, yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, it's 2 good teams, man. You would have loved to have seen them represent the Valley individually, and not necessarily means that they would have advanced, if they played another team. I'm just saying both coaches were like, man,
But remember, both these teams got to the 3rd round last year. Wouldn't have been great if both of them got to the 3rd round again.
And that was the sentiments exactly from both coaches and other people that were kind of talking about it. But, nonetheless, this is as Coach Stroman said, hey, this is the draw. This is what we got. And we got to go out there and show up. Coach Ramirez, we were on the field, the defensive coordinator. We asked him, he said, hey, Coach, you guys ready? He said, we're here. I said, I'll tell you, we're here. They're ready or not, we're here. So we showed up.
Talking about the playoffs, if Vela wins tonight, Coach Campbell's going to have to face his son if Brennan wins, right?
Yeah, the linebacker coach for the Brennan Bears.
And Brennan's going to win. They were leading 41-0.
Yeah, they were way ahead. Yeah.
Right. So here is the kickoff. And Vela has it, and they are going to get better field position by about 10 yards because of that penalty.
Yep.
It's Austin Carrillo bringing it back.
So the defense had a chance to rest. Boy, they needed that after.
Yeah. They had the ball, Vela, for over 8 minutes in the 3rd quarter.
Right. So now this defense, again, adjustments. Again, Vela comes up. It's not hard. We've seen that. It's not a secret. They want to run behind Ronnie Gaddisa, their big tackle. At the end, big 74. They want to, everything goes through him.
Ronnie Garza, who's going to be going up to San Antonio.
UTSA be a road runner next
year. Committed.
Yeah.
So here is Sotelo, going to throw the ball quickly, has a player open in the flat, and he's going to get to about the 44-yard line, close to a 1st down. And on that play, it goes to his tight end, and that is Jaden Tovar.
Yeah, they've liked that. They found something in this defense right now that they find, and that he's releasing on some of those plays, and that's, it's hard to kind of keep track of him, and that's what the coaches might be talking about.
Okay, there's going to be a timeout. Let's see. They called timeout. I don't know if that. Let's see if the players are going to go off and talk to coach as well. They just stopped for a moment. I'm not sure what happened there.
Right, it might have been an injury.
Yeah.
And it looked like there was a Panther just kind of getting off the field. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's going to be first down. Second down, and about 1 to go. Ball at the 44-yard line. Sotelo looks, and this time a receiver's open again, and he will
There's a
lose the
fumble.
ball. He will lose the ball. Got it at about the 42-yard line in Weslaco territory, but Justin Vega lost it, and I believe he got it back. So instead, he gets about a 15, 16-yard gain.
That was already one. Remember, Sotelo fumbled, which led to a touchdown. So there's been already one. It was real close there for the Sabercats.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line in Weslaco territory. About 90 seconds into the fourth quarter, Weslaco leading by 3. And that
Fumble.
time,
That's a
fumble.
fumble.
Isn't it a fumble?
Yep.
And Weslaco
It
gets
is a fumble.
The quarterback had his arm hit, and Coach Stroman, he's upset. I
Oh,
believe they're
my
going to rule it.
goodness.
Oh, he is upset.
Oh,
they
my
have said that this
goodness.
is going over to Vela, and he is
Oh.
not happy. And it looks like also
Oh.
one of the Panthers is shaken up.
Yeah, I mean, that. Wow, incomplete pass. You know what? Maybe we might revisit the tuck rule. That might be the tuck rule in effect here in this game tonight.
Yeah.
If I'm Edinburgh, I don't show the highlight. I mean, I just
Right.
don't want to do that. If you're
Yeah.
if you're in charge of the jumbotron.
Before Rene Inuhosa became a business executive, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL academics, designed the original Wildcats logo, was an all-state academic middle linebacker. He then played for the Longhorns, graduating with a business degree from UT. Now he's the Director of Strategic Development at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Rene Inuhosa, WISD was the right choice.
Yeah, those are nice memories, and we're so
Yeah.
happy that was able to happen while he was still able to see that
Yeah,
this thing
the
was
stadium
gonna-
was named after, the school was named after Coach Vela, right? While
Right.
he was still alive.
Right.
All right, and again, it was Alexis Munoz who came off under his own power, and it looks like we have a pass reception to the 32-yard line. Did you see who got
Yeah,
it?
that was number 5, the receiver for Jaime Perez for them.
Okay.
And they're finding something in the middle
Yeah.
of the field.
So it was a gain of 9.
They're working that area. They thought they had a fumble. It was an incomplete pass.
So it's going to be 3rd and 1 now. Ball at the 32-yard
There
line.
we go, big play.
Yeah, big play in Panthers territory. And it will be Galvan, and he is tripped up short of the first down. He lost yardage.
Guess who that was?
Who?
Your friend and
Burkett?
mine, Jesse Perez.
Oh, Perez, all right.
Yeah, Jesse comes
Yeah.
from his linebacker spot and
All right.
makes a play.
Yeah.
This is a 4th down. It's a big play here.
Oh, yes. This is a big decision. Again, it's a little too long for a field goal.
Yeah.
I can't argue with him doing it.
I would,
Yeah.
at this point, you're down 3 points. Give it a try.
But I think it's better than trying for the field goal because I don't think they're going to make it. I
that
really don't.
momentum here might
Yeah.
shift
Yeah.
one
Well,
way or the other.
Right. You're right. This could be the turning point of the game for either team. 4th and 2 at the 33. Pistol formation. And this time, Sotelo looks like he's going to try to pass the ball. No, does he hand? What is he?
Timeout Weslaco right
timeout.
before the play.
Wow.
That's the second time Coach Stroman has done that in the game, whether it works or not.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first time it did.
Yeah.
The first time they got a big play off of that one. I don't know about this one though.
9:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter, 27-24. Panthers over the Sabercats. This is a K-West production. Some more memories maybe about Robert Vela or
Well,
whatever.
the fact that Coach Flores, I remember talking to him, and he was so proud, and he gives all. And this is the mark of an excellent coach, but a great person. He always gave credit to his assistants for being successful, even though he was a head guy.
Yeah.
Gosh, he's got a stadium named after him, obviously.
Right.
But he always gave credit to his staff.
He was the coach at Edinburgh for a
He
long
was the coach
time.
for Edinburgh a long time, and then Vela was over at Ed Couch for a long time, and he came here to Edinburgh, and then
Yeah.
there were some other coaches that went through the program that eventually coached at the school district here in Edinburgh. So a nice lineage there, nice memento, a picture, if you would.
Yeah, of them in the paper earlier this week. 4th down and 2 at the 33. And this time it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be short. It's going to be short. Back is stopped at the 35-yard line. Let's see who that was. It was Galvan.
Ethan Zamora. Ethan is your little brother. What is his name? Not Ethan Zamora, is Evan Zamora, the younger brother of Ethan Zamora, made a play. He's a safety / linebacker corner playing, and he comes up and tattoos Galvan Turnover on downs, Panther ball.
No gain at all. No gain at
Wow.
all on that play. Ball at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Weslaco. 9 minutes remaining, and they have the 3-point lead. Obviously, they like to run out the clock, but 9 minutes is a long way to run out
I'm
the clock.
running behind Big O 76. I'll tell you who he is in a second. We got to welcome him back.
Oh, yes, yes. And this time, delayed handoff to Hernandez, but he's going to go nowhere, and he may lose a few yards.
Right, there's really nothing not to that side. I'm saying he's over on the right side.
Right.
Big number 76 is Andrew Reyes, who had been hurt all season. He's protects the blind side for the quarterback here, but he's back, and so I'm thinking, hey, why not run behind him? Obviously conditioning is a factor when you haven't played all season, but just to have a 6'3" offensive tackle back in your lineup, and he's been out there all night tonight, and so we're happy. I'm sure that the Panthers are excited about the fact that he's back.
All right, timeout on the field. 8:42 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 27-24 Panthers over the Sabercats. Also want to talk about Ray Perkins, who passed away this week.
Yes, I was thinking about that.
Right. Again, he was the coach at the New York Giants from 1977 to 1982. Bear
Right.
Bryant retires at Alabama, coaches them for a number of years, then goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've met him a number of times and really enjoyed him. And keep in mind, because he went to Alabama, his defensive coordinator was Bill Parcells.
Right.
So Bill Parcells becomes coach of the Giants in 82, and it's a whole different world.
Right.
Back to action, and we see a short gain on that play.
Yeah, that's Jesse Hernandez getting pushed by the guy we just talked about. Andrew Reyes decided to give him a push in the back, and he pushed him another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, but could you see if Perkins hadn't gone to Alabama, then Bill
Imagine the
Parcells,
change of things.
Bill
Imagine the
Parcells
things,
may
yeah.
never have been a head coach or somewhere else and not
Wow.
been near as successful. And his tree includes Sean Payton of the Saints.
Right.
Sean Payton may never have coached the
That's
Saints.
right.
So it's now going to be 3rd down and 7 at the 37-yard line. And this time it is Garza being pulled down from behind, and real bad news. The ball is fumbled, and it's going to be picked up by Vela around the 41.
Now, it looks like he threw it forward.
Oh, did he? They're going to call it a
But
forward
they're
pass?
not going to call that an incomplete pass. He threw it forward. I know there was an arm moving forward, but
All
they're
right.
calling that a fumble.
Yeah, I never saw. Okay, I don't know. We don't have replay here tonight, so I can't see. But
Wow.
well, there's the replay on the big screen. I can't tell. It's so
yeah,
far away.
I mean, he just threw it away, tried to throw it to the
Yeah.
nearest receiver, but the officials are not having it. The officials say no, it was a fumble.
Yeah, we got about 400 fans here from Weslaco, and
Every single
they're right
one of
below
them is
us.
upset right
Yeah,
now.
we see them all standing up and yelling. So, all right,
Wow.
you got to have your defense come strong now.
Right.
If you're a Panther fan.
Gotta do
1st
it
and
again.
10. Yeah, at the 41. 7:53 remaining in regulation. This time we have slots on both sides, and it's going to be a passing play. Dumps off a pass, and it's going to be a nice gain to about the 29-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play, and this time it's Jaime Perez Jr.
Yeah, Jaime right down the middle. There's nothing fancy
And,
about this.
when they get those passes off, one thing that's been a trouble for Weslaco, their receivers have been open a lot in those little dump-offs.
Yes, they running across the middle, not gaining much.
But they're wide open.
4 or 5 yards can turn
Yeah.
into 10 yards quickly.
Right. They get a good yak, yards
Right.
after catch. So it's 1st and 10 at the 30. Officially a pickup of 11. We're in the formation that's – it's a loose ball. Oh, no, loose helmet. At first, I thought the ball got loose.
What?
Now what are we saying?
Wow, they're going to call a penalty on that?
Oh, my gosh.
His helmet flew off,
They're going to call targeting or something?
but that was a tackle that was, from here, looked
Yeah.
like he tackled
Who
him
was
with
it?
his-
I'm trying to see who got it.
The receiver that got hit was Carlos Tamez,
Okay,
sophomore.
all right, all right.
He's fine. He's great. He's
Yeah.
walked off.
So the ball was
But
at the 30.
Yeah, the officials threw a flag, and it looks
Yeah.
like they might be thinking that
They
it
were in the
was
pistol, but no.
maybe roughing. I mean,
I don't know.
illegal. I mean, or something. That is just wow. That is amazing.
Right.
No, they called it. They waved that off.
Okay, yeah, and that's probably a good
It looked
call.
like a illegal hit.
Yeah.
It's just the helmet flew off because maybe it's just not strapped down.
Mm-hmm.
The young man was fine. It was not. There was no malicious intent, on
Yeah.
that, which is good.
It's a pickup of 11.
Right. So they
And
got
it's a first down, yeah. And again, clock is moving under 7 minutes remaining in regulation. Panthers are ahead by 3, but Vela is moving the ball. They're now in the red zone. Again, you hear the feet. Maybe you can hear it in the background. The
Yeah,
feet
that scares me every time.
are stomping against the bleachers here on the Weslaco side. Sotelo tries to shovel it ahead. He does, and he is going to get it inside the 10 to about the 6. We'll try to see who got it. It
Yeah.
was a pickup of 13.
A lot of their tight ends are releasing.
Was that? Let's see on the.
That's their tight end 13, right? Coming off just getting up there. That's Jaden Tovar.
Okay, he's had a lot of
catches
catches
tonight.
tonight.
big game tonight because they're rushing in. They're coming in. The Panthers are putting pressure, and they're leaving some gaps behind them, and that's where Tovar has excelled tonight.
So it's going to be 1st and goal to go at the 7-yard line. You hear people from the Weslaco side yelling defense, and this time it's going to be handed off, and the running back is going to get down near the 2. Picks up about 5 on the play, Ted Galvan.
Just coming back. It's a big hole.
All right.
On Vela. The Weslaco fans are looking at like finally. Well, that was an obvious one. That was not something that was. He just literally tackled the player, so right in front of the official. So that's pretty clear. So yeah, it moves him back a little bit.
So now finally Weslaco gets a break.
Yeah, I would if I'm a betting man, which I'm not. But if I was, I would say Tovar releases here. You got to watch where Tovar is at. He's now lined up as one of the receivers to the left, one of the middle receivers.
1st and goal to go from the 17. Sotelo has a receiver open on the left, and it is going to go down to about the 9-yard line. Tomat again, pick up about 8.
Yeah, looks like he's figured out that he's just running a quick out pattern, maybe a little, just a little.
Right, Tovar did good.
Flare, just finding something in the middle to sit out there, and he's finding them.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal to go now from the 9-yard line. 5.5 minutes remaining in regulation, and it really looks, they've got a good kicker, so at very least it looks like Vela will tie the game on this possession. Stranger things have happened. I did jinx him once before. I don't do this on purpose. But
tight end is on the right side now.
Okay. Yeah, keep an eye on that.
Right in the middle.
Sotelo has it. He's going to run, and he's got an opening, but it closes really quickly, I think. Now, did he get over the pylon? No.
He did.
That's amazing, young man. It looks like he has nothing, like he's going to go out, and all of a sudden he gets the score. 9-yard run. That is going to be his 3rd touchdown of the night.
That is the speed that Sotelo brings. Once again, he doesn't use it all the time. He'll prefer to get the ball to Tovar and Perez and all the other guys. But when he has to, man.
Well, that's his 2nd 9-yard touchdown run
He
of the
can
night.
take off, and there was a couple of Panthers that had an angle at him. And he still made it to the pylon. Big touchdown for the quarterback, Sotelo.
Juarez with the extra point attempt. It's up, and it is good. So we have 5:09 remaining here in the 4th quarter. And the Sabercats of Vela once again over the Weslaco Panthers in playoff action, 31-27. This is a K-West production.
You get a good run back, you need one. If there was a special teams play that you needed to do, it would be right here. You would have to, have Izzy come back and get a nice return, get Mikai Jones the ball. He's got an extra gear. You got to get these guys. If you're a Weslaco fan, you're thinking that if you're a Sabercat fan, you've got the lead. You just got to have that defense hold on. They've done a good job after half of adjusting to Jesse Hernandez. Mm-hmm. They've really limited him. So now let's see if the Panthers can kind of adjust to that. All
right. Again, winner will probably move on to play Brennan. Actually, almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, and that game. Quite possibly, if they win tonight, we're talking about.
It looks like both teams, whoever wins tonight, will be at Buccaneer Stadium next Friday night.
That's in Corpus Christi, right?
That's right.
So the return is taken at the 20 and taken about 6 or 7 yards on the far side of the field.
Oh, wow. So Don, it looks like what happened. I'm trying to double check what happened there. That was Donovan Lincoln.
Had the ball?
Had the ball, but the official is calling that he waved his hand.
Okay.
And so they stopped him at the 25-yard line.
Mercedes won over their team 41-34. I just heard that.
Yeah, so. Mercedes is a good team, has been in that district pretty much all year, all season. They've had an explosive offense. Yeah. And
I think Weslaco East is leading 26-15.
Yeah, they've been leading all game long.
26-15 now.
So now let's see what Weslaco High, if they can take care of business here.
So, again, 1st down and 10 at the 25, 75 yards to go. And this time Hernandez picks up about 2 of it. We have 5 minutes remaining, so it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Ryan Rodriguez has had a good game tonight, junior linebacker for the Sabercats. He's aggressive. He's quick. he's very active. Him along with Mendoza is one that is always involved as well. Nova is another one.
And Nova, I think, was our leading tackler coming in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Again, time not the friend of Weslaco right now, and this has got to just throw this away, I think. Actually, he did actually try to find his receiver, but that was almost a dangerous pass.
Yeah, they came with pressure. We're talking about Nova, and we were talking about Mendoza and some of the other characters that play on this defense.
Yeah.
Eric Arguello is another linebacker who came from his linebacker spot and made Rodney hurry up.
By the way, Arguello has 17 tackles, Nova 19 tackles, so those guys do a good job. And it is now going to be 3rd down and 8. Maldonado was the intended receiver on the sideline. 4:24 remaining. 4-point lead. That's very critical because now Weslaco needs to get a touchdown, not just a field goal. And that ball is tipped away.
Right.
I'm trying to see if I can see the number. Is that 99 that got it?
Yeah, that defense coming from the edge really got it going there. That was Jake Duffner.
Yeah.
Now, Jake is just a sophomore, but he's been playing more and more. He was very disruptive in the Mission game. And he just, when they needed him here, that defensive end spot, he came from. Now brings up a 4th down now.
4th down and 8.
How much time you got? 4 minutes?
Yeah, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and they're going to call timeout and try to talk it over. Now, we'll be back in just a moment. Again, 31-27. It is the Sabercats over the Panthers. This is a K-West production. I have to ask you, is this a little dangerous trying to punt? I mean, trying to maybe go for it from here? I think, there's still some time left, and I think if you don't get the first down, you've probably maybe lost the game.
I just don't think that Weslaco High believes at this point. I mean, it's possible that if they kick it away, they're ever going to see the ball again.
Okay, that's a fair comment.
So hey, let's.
So it's do or die.
Let's do or die. Let's get it done now. We've played a tough game. They're gonna. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna bring the pressure.
Yeah.
4:20
remaining. Flores Stadium in Edinburgh. 4th and 8 for Weslaco. Ball at the 27-yard line. Panthers do have 2 timeouts remaining, 1 for Vela. And this time they are going to punt it.
It looks like Ronnie. It looks like Ronnie is going to do it.
And to be honest, I feel more comfortable with this. I just do. But I know what you were saying. I can't disagree with what you're saying. Vela may try to keep the ball. Obviously, they're going to try to keep it, but maybe they will. We'll see. That's why you play. Ball out at the 27. But the key is you have 2 timeouts.
Right.
So if you can stop them or just give them 1 first down, I think you still have a chance.
Be aggressive.
You got to be aggressive.
Yeah, you got to try to look for a turnover.
Fred, if I'm wrong, I'd rather roll the dice on my defense right now.
Right.
I'm sorry if I disagreed with you on that last one.
That's okay.
I would rather see the punt and then now make the defense make the stop rather than try for some play. After the pressure on that last play, I just didn't feel comfortable with Garza trying for it on 4th down. That's just my feeling.
And you know what? It might work out for them because of the fact that they might get a turnover. They might try
there we go. We have some turnovers.
Bad things can happen on the other side. You know, now my question becomes, how aggressive does Vela become?
Okay.
Now they've got 4 minutes. They've got 2 timeout. I mean, 1 timeout. And they've got the lead. So do they protect the lead? Or, hey, let's kick it back.
Well, that's sometimes where you make mistakes. When you try to become too tentative.
Right.
If you could become too timid. So the ball is faked. There's going to be a play, and the ball is overthrown.
Oh.
They've had those guys open in the flat all night. And he was open again, but he overthrew him. Some pressure maybe.
It's a tight and release. Yeah. He just comes up.
Again, Jaden Tovar.
He shows that he's going to block.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he releases.
Yeah. The thing is, those guys, those tight ends, especially Tovar, are getting open in the flat.
Right.
The key is you got to disrupt the pass, which they did that time.
Right.
Because for some reason the tight ends are just getting open in the flat. Simple enough.
They're just finding a little spot in that defense.
Yeah.
See how the Panthers kind of take this.
2nd down and 10 at the 27. This is exciting, folks. Let's see if the Panthers go all out on this one. You can hear the fans stomping. And we're going to have another pass. So Tella's got some time. He's got time. Now he's starting to scramble. Feeling the heat. Burkett is coming toward him. Gets it off, and it looks like he'll just have to throw it away. Give Joshua Burkett some credit for really putting on the pressure. Again, Vela did get some time. Of course, they got that big line. He got some time. But finally, it broke down, and the ball was thrown away.
Right. So I'm surprised. I'll be really honest with you. I'm surprised that Vela decided to throw the ball.
Well, no, that's good for the Panthers.
I mean, it's good for the Panthers. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking if
It
I'm a
preserves
Vela
their
fan,
timeouts. They still have the two.
if I'm on the other side with Vela, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, why don't we run
Well,
the ball?
maybe they had confidence because think about this. They had so much success throwing that tight end in the flat that they probably thought they could do it. And now Vela stepped it up. Give their defense credit. Remember I said I put my money and roll the dice on the defense, giving the ball back.
And the reason I say that is because, things can go wrong,
Yeah.
interceptions, mistakes.
Yeah, no, I see.
penalties.
But I'm saying why I think they're doing it. No,
Right.
your logic is completely right, Fred.
Right.
But they've just had so much success, but now it's 3rd down and 10. So
they've got,
let's see what happens.
They've got Galvan back there. I just have a feeling PJ's not doing too well.
PJ, that's a good point.
We
PJ,
haven't seen him,
right.
haven't really needed him right
No.
now.
All
And
right.
here comes the pass again.
Sotelo's going to have to pass. There's good effort, good time. Is it caught? Is it caught?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my gosh, and this could go all the way, and it will. So this is going to be a big 73-yard touchdown. Just have to try to see who it is at the far side.
Yes, Perez.
Perez, okay, Jaime Perez,
Jaime
second
Perez,
touchdown.
that's right.
This time 73 yards, and that makes it a 10-point lead, 37-27.
And I guess you go with what got you there,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's been the
Yeah.
pass. They've been able to find Perez, who's had a massive game. Tovar is another guy. So sure, go with what got you, what brought you to the dance,
Yeah.
And so
And
big
remember,
play.
he had a 47-yard reception, so
Yeah.
he has over 100 yards in receptions. Right now has over 125 yards at least in receptions.
Yeah.
Extra point attempt coming up. Again, 2 touchdowns in the game for him. And the ball is up. And it is good. So it is now 38-27. Sabercats over the Panthers. 3:46 remaining in the 4th quarter in Edinburgh. This is a K-West production.
And Vela really has capped what we said earlier. The game has really slowed down. And because it's slowed down, because of the offensive line, for the Sabercats really starting to dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, very 0 to no pressure, really during that possession. And I know the Weslaco was trying to put pressure. They didn't want Sotelo to stay back there and do that kind of stuff.
And by the way, for Perez, that's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Only had, according to my statistics, 1 touchdown coming into this game.
Right.
So he's doubled what he has on the season, according to my stats. Time for the kickoff. See what the Panthers can do in the final 3:46 of this game, trailing by 11, 38-27. They do have 2 timeouts. So what they really need to do is score and then hope for the onside kick, but time is not on their side. They're going to have to play with a little bit of urgency. Getting ready for the kickoff from the 40. And the ball is going to come down at the 25, and it will go just about nowhere after that. Nice defense. It was Izzy De Leon with the catch.
Right. So now Weslaco has to mount an offense. Of course, they've had some big plays. Let's see how Vela plays this. They've been pressuring the quarterback. They've been limiting Hernandez. And so are they going to play back? Are they going to keep it still going? Do they still – looks like they're going to stay in that base defense that's been working for them.
All right, we have trips over there on the left side. Hernandez in the backfield, the spread offense. Rodney Garza at quarterback. So obviously it looks like it'll be a pass play, which they need, and it is a long pass. And is it caught? Yes, down to the 45-yard line. So that is a very nice play, and that gains about 26 yards.
Yeah, Isaiah Dominguez, tight end, quickly up to the line of the Panthers across midfield.
Well, this is what they have to do. Do it quickly and do it in chunks. So 1st and 10, and this time they get it off to Jesse Hernandez, and he will get out of bounds, which also they need to do at the 35-yard line. Looks like he got the 10 yards he needed for the 1st down.
Yeah, that's quick. That's quick, and that's smart the ball there by Jesse. Going out of bounds, not trying to pick up a couple of more yards, just get out of bounds and do another play.
This is textbook so far. We'll see if they can continue this.
Right. So they've spread it out now, and now that's going to limit if that offensive line can hold up. If that offensive line can hold up on that pressure, that's going to give some good matchups for the Panthers to take advantage of on the outside.
So this time they have trips on the right side. Had him on the left side earlier. And this time Garza has some pressure, but he has time to throw, and he is going to be caught and spun down at the 45-yard line. Actually, the 35-yard line. No gain on that play.
Again, that's a good one. You don't want to throw the interception. There was nothing really developing downfield. Take that.
So clock running, under 3 minutes remaining. Loss of 1 on the play. Back to the 36-yard line. Going to be 2nd down and 11. Panthers trail by 11. And this time, nice pressure, and he just had to throw it away. He had 3 guys right in on him.
Yeah, there was nothing there. And again, it looks like it's a bad play, but no, it's probably the best thing to do.
Well, you got to credit the defense.
You're trying to set up the screen, and there was nothing going on. I mean, there was really.
Yeah, and this is going to be 4-down territory.
Yeah, either way.
He's got 2 more plays to get 11 yards.
Try to go deep here. I'm sure. I mean, if you look at the coverage.
And one thing, these incomplete passes at least are not using up clock.
Right.
So this time he's going to run the ball, and this time Hernandez maybe gets his best run almost of the second half. He is going to get 16 yards down to the 20.
Right. Quickly, a big first down for the Panthers. Now they've got to hurry. Got 2:30.
Well, the key is they've got to get the onside kick if they score. And at this point, you might go for a field goal at some point, if you think you can get it. They have had a 40-yarder this year. You've just got to get 2 scores, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion with it, and a field goal. All right.
Nothing on the field. You got to take off.
He's got time. Now he is going to throw it in the end zone. There's a player open. He got him. He got his player in the end zone, and it's Mel Rodriguez. It is a 21-yard touchdown pass.
What a dart.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could describe. A dart. It hit Mel right in between the 2. Wow. What a play by Rodney Garza.
All right. Extra point attempt coming up. I'm kind of surprised they don't go for the 2 points here.
Well, yeah, maybe
now that's why they're calling timeout.
Yeah, they might be going for 2.
Yeah, because you've got to have. I mean, now you're dependent on having to get 2 touchdowns. This way, if you get the 2-point conversion, if you miss it, you still got to go for a touchdown.
Right.
But if you make it, then you could get just a field goal to send it to overtime.
Right.
I was surprised when I saw that.
The more opportunities you have to keep this game alive is what you want.
I think the chart would call for a 2-point play. You hear the guys in the NFL broadcast.
Bring the chart.
We're always talking about the chart.
Dick Vermeil, never forget that. Dick Vermeil brought it over from a university somebody had developed. They had the bright people work with it, and they said, hey, this is what you do in this kind of situation.
Yeah, in this situation, yeah.
And so this would call for it.
Yeah.
So now you call your super-duper play here.
All right.
I mean, you really do.
And, again, if you don't get the 2-point conversion, it's not all over. What happens is you got to get the onside kick, but get a touchdown.
Right.
So, even if this doesn't work, the 2-point conversion, it's not all over. The key will be the next play.
Got to give credit to Rodney Garza because there was nothing open downfield.
Right.
I mean, he bought time with his legs, moved, and when
that's
when he
for
moved
sure.
up, Mel, who's saw that, moved with him and gave him a target.
Yeah, now we're going to go for the 2-point conversion. That makes sense. All right. He's going to look and try to loft it in the end zone, and it is no good at the far side of the end zone. Can you see who that was?
Yeah, they were trying to go, it looks like to Mel.
Mel again. Mel Rodriguez. But I told you, things are not over yet.
Right.
That was the right call, but you now got to get the 2-point, you got to get the onside kick.
Right, so now you bring the watermelon kick time.
Yeah. Now let me right now, before we run out of time, thank the K-West staff with us tonight. We have a new guy here tonight, all right? We have a producer who's just joined the staff, Rafael Garces. We're glad to have him aboard, and he's doing a good job. And, of course, our old reliable videographer. Worked with him a lot, basketball, football, whatever. Vinny Barry keeps it all going, gets us these great pictures. Obviously, Carlos Robledo, the director of K-West, and Mike Gonzalez. They're going to be doing a post-game show back over at Bobby Lackey tonight with Weslaco East. The rest of the staff is back there tonight. And, of course, our K-West secretary that gets all our paperwork for us and make sure we get paid and everything else.
Right.
Mina Garcia, we appreciate the work of all of them. So the K-West crew, no matter what happens tonight, it's been a super year working with them in football. All the games at Bobby Lackey except this one.
So did you tell the new guy that he needs to buy us dinner afterwards?
Oh, yeah, that's a tradition.
Yeah, we just instituted it.
Yeah, we just instituted it,
I just thought about it right now.
Actually, that tradition is 2 seconds old. All right. So here we are. Fourth quarter, 2:09 remaining at Flores Stadium. Sabercats leading by 4, 38-33. Basically comes down to this.
Wow.
Going to try to – nobody's back deep, obviously. They know that the hands team would be up there.
The hand guys.
Yeah. And going to be an onside kick. And basically, this is going to be the game pretty much. Let's see who gets it. And it's going to go out of bounds. Actually, Coach Stroman got it. And that was not a good thing.
Oh, it's going to go out of bounds.
There's a flag.
Well, it's going to drop
Oh,
flag,
yeah.
so it went out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
But it's
So,
going to give the ball back to Vela.
Now, are they at the point of the victory formation yet?
Well, you got 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, got the timeouts yet.
Yeah, you got the timeouts.
So they actually have to run plays.
Yeah, Weslaco has
So,
one
okay, one timeout. All right. So can they get the ball back? I think they could get the ball back.
It just depends on
I don't know how this works.
On what really Vela does here.
Yeah, because there's no 2-minute warning, right?
Right,
It's not the pro game.
Right.
So, again, they're going to get that. They're going to take a timeout real quickly.
I believe they take a knee or run it right on the middle. You have to do something so they can take the timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they might just tell them they take a knee and make them take the timeout, and then try to run 2 plays and run the clock down as much as you can. That would probably do it.
It'd be close to running it out, if not. Sotelo's going to hand it off. We knew this was going to happen, obviously.
Yeah.
And the ball goes to Galvan, gets several yards, but there'll be a timeout.
Right.
Now there's 2:03, and I'm not that good of a mathematician right in my head to figure out if they can run out the clock exactly, but it'll be very close. Let's put it that way.
Well, it's either way, and we've said this before. Whoever wins tonight, it's just a shame that both teams, one team has to go home because a really good team, either Vela or Weslaco High, is going to go home with an excellent ball team.
Right.
I mean, it's just you figure if I could just get another week of them. I mean, don't get me wrong. It gets tougher from now on. I mean, San Antonio Brennan was defeating Del Rio 41-0.
Yes.
Late what was it, about halftime.
Yeah, by halftime.
So whoever goes from here is
not going to be easy.
Yeah, they're undefeated in the San Antonio area, one of the better teams in San Antonio. So I mean, things you got to go play the game. But
right.
But what the point is, these young men tonight, for both Vela and Weslaco High, have shown outstanding performance, really for both teams. It's a shame somebody's got to go home tonight.
2:03 remaining here as we get ready for the snap. No victory formation yet.
Not yet, yeah.
No. So, again, it is 2nd down and 11 at the 45-yard line of Weslaco. Galvan will get it, and Ted is going to get the ball down to about the 37-yard line. It's not a first down yet, but it's a nice gain of about 8.
Yeah.
And the clock continues to run, which is the key for Vela. Now, if Vela wins tonight, they will stay undefeated, and they will go to 6-0. If Weslaco loses, they will drop to 4-1 this season. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3, and to be honest, I would try to get the first down if I was Vela. I wouldn't even try a victory formation.
Sure, and I think they're thinking the same thing you
Right.
are.
Okay.
I would just give it to Galvan and let him be the workhorse for you.
So, again, the ball is down at the 38-yard line, and it is 3rd and 3. And they will give it to Galvan. And Galvan is going to be stopped short, but still the clock will run. It's down to 1:12. So they didn't get the first down at least, but I thought that was a good call. No gain, 4th down and 3.
So they're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, going to get the ball.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a shot at it.
We may see a rugby play here before it's over.
Might be. Yeah, I don't know how Coach Campbell wants to play this. He's got a couple of options. Mm-hmm. Do we go back and try to run back or throw the ball or, what do you try to do? I mean, there's a lot of different things you can try. Do we throw a pass? I mean, what do you do? I mean, there's got to be about a 30-second, 25-second difference.
Well,
in the game clock and play clock.
There's going to be about 30-second difference.
Right.
Okay. So they're going to call timeout with 32 seconds remaining.
All right.
4th down and 3.
Well, this is it. We kind of with the old cliche, whoever's got the ball at the end. Will that be enough for Weslaco to pull out a victory? Or has Vela done enough here at this point to take it home or stay home with a victory? We're about to find out. 30 seconds. I mean, how are they going to handle it, too? That's what I'm interested in. It's a 4th down and about 5.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's try to run down some of the scoring real quick.
Right.
Jesse Hernandez, 3 touchdowns tonight, 76, 49, and 3 yards, all in the first half. Also caught a 2-point conversion. Izzy DeLeon, right? He got a touchdown, caught one. And then I do also remember that Mel Rodriguez had a 21-yard catch. I'm not quite sure what DeLeon's was lengthwise. That is the scoring for Weslaco. And basically, Sotelo ran for 3 touchdowns and threw 2 to Perez.
Right.
That about sums that up.
That's about it.
Yeah. So it is 38-33.
Interesting here. See what they do.
Yeah, they're going to try for it on 4th down. And he's going to run it. He's got some open space for a moment, but he is not going to make it.
Nope.
And he is going to be knocked down at the 36-yard line with 25 seconds. Hey,
Yeah, that's going to stop the clock.
that's more time than I thought Weslaco would get.
Yeah, I thought they were going to give it to Galvan off running behind Big Ronnie, and that didn't happen. They decided to keep the ball in your playmaker's hands, which is not a bad idea either.
No.
But your best runner all night tonight has been Galvan. Let's be honest.
Yes.
PJ has been out there. He's had a decent game.
Well,
He's
he played early, but we
Yeah.
think maybe his
Yeah,
shoulder's bothering.
Yeah, but Galvan has been the guy to go with.
Yeah.
So now 20 seconds left to go. Oh boy!
25. Every second counts now.
I hope you took your blood pressure medication.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I still knew. I took it this morning. Got to take the afternoon yet. All right, it's going to be trips on the right side. He's got the time. Of
Gotta
course,
get rid
they're
of it.
doing a prevent type
Gotta get rid
defense.
of it.
Had to just get rid of it, and that was smart.
Yeah.
You don't want to run out the whole clock. That took 7 seconds. It'll be second down and 10. But the important thing is you're only going to get maybe 3 more plays. You've got to average 6 seconds. So really, it doesn't matter about the downs. It matters about if you can get it into the end zone, basically.
Right, and now the Sabercats are bringing in their wide receivers as safeties.
Okay.
They've got Perez back there, and they've got their usual safeties, but they've got guys that can catch the ball.
So this time we have slots on both sides. Hernandez in the backfield. Garza has time. Going to get it out to Hernandez, and he will get to midfield, about
out
the
of bounds.
47. So he gets close to 20 yards on that play, maybe
And
15
that's what I
yards.
was hoping they would do.
Yeah.
Because they've got a shorter field now. Now Rodney can go deep. Do you got 2 plays in you? I mean, do you with 9 seconds?
I think you do. You got to. You get a short play, and then you go for the end zone. I don't know how far Garza can throw it. Can he get it to the end zone
I
from
think
here?
from midfield, yeah.
All right.
I
all
really
right.
do.
Well, I think you try to get a little bit closer if you can, out of bounds.
Pick up maybe another 10 yards or so.
Yeah. First and 10 at the 45 of Vela. That's what I would try to do.
Because they're going to give you
Yeah,
that.
but you got to put it out. Well, he's going to go for both, and that's not a bad thing either. They're going to throw it in the end zone, and it's over the head of the receiver.
Ooh.
1 second left. 1 second left.
Let me tell you something. Joe Maldonado
Yeah.
was back there.
Right. And
Actually, Rodney overthrew him.
and maybe I shouldn't say this, but we do have a fair clock operator, right? Considering that we're in Edinburgh.
In Edinburgh.
No, I got to give credit. I got to give credit where credit's due. It'd probably be very easy to sneak off that last second. All right. And now I've seen it before, but I give credit to the clock operator here, a fair man or lady.
All right, so you've got
No,
Weslaco.
this is fun.
Yeah.
Okay, ball at the 45. Obviously, it's going to be a Hail Mary. I mean,
Donovan
even I can call
is
this
out
play.
there.
Yeah.
Izzy's out there.
Yeah, trips over there
Maldonado's out
yeah,
there.
on the left side, and this is going to be it, folks. Move on or go home. And they're going to throw toward the far side, and it's going to be picked off, I believe. It is picked off.
Yeah. That was fun.
All right. No, that was fun. He did what he could. I have no criticism of what he tried to do there. So interception ends the ball game, and it's 38-33. We wish Vela the best of luck, and Coach Campbell, as his team moves on, probably to play, almost for surely, playing Brennan next week.
Yeah.
And again, good luck to Vela representing Hidalgo County. Again, they used to be in our district for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So, and of course, Michael Salinas, the guy who started the program here, was there for 5 years before spending 2 years at Weslaco, and now he's the head coach at over in Kingsville for Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So, all right, final words before we go.
Well, partner, it's been a strange one. It's been a strange season. It continues to be, but we're just happy. Let's say give credit. We're just happy that these young men were able to play the sport they love. At this age, this is very important to them. They're young men that dedicate their time, effort. They know each other as they're down there congratulating each other. They know themselves from playing at youth leagues and playing in summer leagues. And so at least they got to experiment, at least their final season, and be successful. It's a shame, again, that one of these teams had to go home, either Vela or High, in this case High. Really good team. And you just feel like if more season would have been added, right? A couple of more games, things would have been. That's the point is we're happy these young men are healthy, first of all. We're happy they're playing well, and we wish the best to Coach Campbell and the Vela Sabercats and partner. Once again, another year with you. It almost didn't happen, but we're happy that it did, and if everything goes well, we'll hopefully have another Panthers season next year.
All right, Football Fred, I've enjoyed working with you too. Once again, from Flores Stadium, final score 38-33. It was Robert Vela and the Sabercats over the Weslaco Panthers. Panthers season is now over, but again, like Football Fred said, it's been a good but short one. This has been a K-West production.